Hello and good afternoon, everybody. Welcome in to Grants Pass High School, the home of the Cavemen, as we get ready to go for Roseburg baseball today here on CBS Sports Radio 1490 The Score. We've got a Southwest Conference road matchup for you between the Roseburg Indians and the Grants Pass Cavemen. Grants Pass comes in without a conference game under their belt, getting rained out on Saturday. They will look to try and make up a doubleheader against South Eugene coming up tomorrow. So their opener is today against Roseburg, who comes in 2-0 in conference play, 5-3 overall. The Indians looking to stay perfect in Southwest Conference play. On the other side, Grants Pass comes in with the best record in the Southwest Conference at 8-3 overall this year. It'll be interesting to see how things go on the road for the first time in conference for Roseburg here today, and we welcome you in to today's broadcast. You may be looking outside thinking the way the weather's been the last few days and the way it's been off and on today, how are they playing baseball? Well, one, they've got the luxury of artificial turf on the infield here at Grants Pass High School. And from what I've been told, it's been a pretty nice day down here in Grants Pass today, although we have seen a little bit of rain here during pregame warm-ups. But we're getting ready to go. The wind a little blustery out there today, but overall we've got some blue sky overhead and plenty of sunshine coming down on the field for us here today. As we get ready for it, the Roseburg Indians will look to try and move to 3-0 in conference play. We'll have plenty more to talk about as we get ready for first pitch coming up in just a little bit. When we return, we'll have a chance to catch up with head coach Troy Thompson and our pregame coaches interview. It's Roseburg baseball for you today here on streaming online at 541radio.com with the video stream there, and right here on Douglas County's home for sports, CBS Sports Radio 1490 The Score.
Looking for more local sports coverage? CBS Sports Radio 1490 The Score has you covered. Check out our homepage at 541radio.com for sports stories, scores, and podcasts. And follow us on social media. 1490 The Score is on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. And take the station with you wherever you go with the 541 Radio app. Download the app in your smartphone's app store and get access to a live stream of the station, sports stories, podcasts, and easy messaging with the station and others.
At Brooke Communications, our job is to get results for your business, period. We can take your story and tell it to the people you want to reach in a way that compels first-time clients to become repeat customers. We get them through your door so you can do what you were meant to do. Proclaim your sales message to the largest audience of any media company in Douglas County. Brooke Communications dominates through the power of 5 radio stations and 541radio.com. Results amplified. Locally owned. Brooke Communications.
It's easy to spot people who participated in high school sports and activities.
Right on time.
They learned important lessons like leadership, teamwork, respect.
Hey, our meeting moved to 10.
We'll be ready.
Values that last a lifetime.
We need to focus on 3 factors.
Support high school sports and activities in your community. When kids take part, they get set for life.
Back here with more of our pregame on CBS Sports Radio 1490 The Score, streaming with video online at 541radio.com. Roseburg getting ready for the first road game in conference play, and we get a chance to catch up with head coach Troy Thompson. Coach, it all started on Saturday with a nice win, a couple of wins at home against North Medford. Looking back on that, Southwest Conference play starts out on the right foot. What were your initial impressions of how the team did against North Medford?
Well, exactly that. It was a nice start. Good to get those games in with the weather, and certainly even better to get a couple of wins there at home against North Medford. It's always good to start off league play with a couple of wins, and we did that Saturday. So looking back on that, like we talked about earlier, it was a good pitching day for us on the mound with Mandera and Stoffel and Garrett Zimet coming in to finish there. Those guys threw a ton of strikes and did a good job and kept us in the game and gave our offense a chance to put enough runs across the plate to win the games.
You guys get on the road here in conference play today, taking on Grants Pass, and somehow we're staying on schedule with the way things are going here.
Yeah.
But for you guys on the road in conference play, I know it's always a tough thing. You hope to get as many as you can on the road, but is that something you guys have to talk about with a squad that's kind of familiar with the trials and tribulations of Southwest Conference play?
Not really. Everybody understands that the league we play in any sport, be it any of the other sports through the high school, there, football or basketball or any of those things, understand that it's a tough deal on the road. You've got to go on the road and somehow get a win here, get a win there. That's a huge deal, and you've got to take care of it at home when you have your home dates. So this league is notoriously tough on the road. So we welcome the challenge and are excited to be here today at Grants Pass. Looks like we're, knock on wood, going to get a chance to get it in as of right now anyway. So it's certainly a challenge for us to come on the road and to find a way to play well and hopefully come out of here with what we need.
It's hard enough to play the team that's on the other sideline, but when you got to deal with the illnesses that you've been having and now injuries have started to spring up. Jonathan Stone, is there any kind of updates on what his condition is? I see he's walking around without crutches, so that's at least somewhat of a good sign.
Well, you said it. You know about as much as he does or we do. So, John getting hurt on Saturday certainly doesn't help us defensively or at the plate, and he provides a lot of leadership for us. But like you said, having him not on crutches here this week and having some movement back in that leg and with that knee, hopefully is a good sign, and hopefully we'll see him, as soon as possible. No timeline, no frame or any of that for that yet. Just hopefully we get a chance to get him back on the field.
He's been a staple there at first base last year, and then we saw a couple of Jace and then Zach play at first against North Medford, finding replacements at certain positions or finding ways to plug and play with other guys. How much have you guys been tinkering with that as you lead into today's game?
A little bit. Saturday it kind of forced our hand with that injury happening so early in game one there in the second inning. We were able to get those guys some game time at least, and then obviously through some practice here just yesterday. But like we talked about on Saturday, to have the ability to have some pretty good athletes to plug into some spots is a nice option to have, and fortunately that's the spot we're in. So with Jace at first or Zach at first, it gives us a good athlete there and a chance to be successful there as well.
Grants Pass is a team that maybe took some lumps last year but has a lot of returning guys coming in this year, guys that are growing up out on the varsity level. What do you think about the squad they put together here this year?
Well, by the early going and what they've done in their preseason, they've had a fine start to their year. I think played most of their preseason schedule, so they're ahead of everybody a little bit as far as just pure game time. But like you said, they return a number of quality players, and we'll see one today on the mound. That was a good player for him, threw a bunch of innings for him last year, and we'll get a chance to see him here today, I believe. So that'll be a challenge right there. So like we talked about earlier, everybody in this league has an arm that is a quality arm and can do some good things on the mound, and we'll see that here again today. It'll pose certainly a challenge for us here today.
All right, thanks for the time here, Coach. And that is head coach Troy Thompson in our pregame coaches interview as we get ready for first pitch of today's ball game between the Roseburg Indians and the Grants Pass Cavemen. Joey Kieran here with you from Grants Pass, where we are looking at some partly cloudy skies. Sun starting to come through, though, which is a pretty nice change of pace after the way things have been the last couple of days as we get ready for first pitch. Looking at 54 degrees in Grants Pass, and right now sun overhead, which is going to be a nice change of pace, and hopefully that will last throughout the entire broadcast of Roseburg baseball here today. Roseburg softball had to cancel today's game against Grants Pass there at Stewart Park in Roseburg. They were unable to get the field playable for the matchups between Roseburg and Grants Pass, and so they will try to make that one up at a later date. Not sure exactly when that is going to happen for those two teams. It's kind of tough once you have to start postponing games in league, because those are games you can't just make up at it whenever. You got to get them in ASAP. So we will see when Roseburg is able to get that softball game underway. We're going to have our look at the Supercut starting lineups here in just a moment as we get ready for the national anthem and for first pitch of today's ball game. So stay tuned for that here coming up in just a little bit as we will wait for the national anthem to go to take our final break of the pregame show. Well, Roseburg coming off of a really nice opening weekend in Southwest Conference play. The Indians had a shutout in 13 of the 14 innings against North Medford on Saturday. The one inning that they scored 3 runs came in the 6th of Game 1. But Roseburg was up 4-0. They gave up 3 runs there, and Roseburg able to hang on for a 4-3 win in the opener. In Game 2, Jay Stoffel threw 6 no-hit innings before he had to come out due to a pitch count limit. And then Garrett Zimet took over, pitched the 7th inning there, and he allowed a single to the second batter of the inning, but he struck out all 3 batters in that 7th inning for North Medford to preserve the win for Roseburg 4-0 to improve to 2-0 in conference play. Roseburg is 4-1 over their last 5. They've won 2 straight, looking for their second 3-game winning streak of the season. On the other side, for Grants Pass, mentioned they had their doubleheader against South Eugene canceled on Saturday, so they are waiting to get their Southwest Conference opener underway here in just a few moments. They have not played a game since April 3rd when they won 10-8 against Summit. That's a common opponent between the two teams. Roseburg defeating Summit 11-0 back on March 23rd to start out their spring break trip. Coming up next for Grants Pass, they'll have the doubleheader tomorrow against South Eugene, then a doubleheader against North Medford on Saturday. They'll have, if they all get played, weather permitting, Grants Pass is scheduled to have 5 conference games this week. That's a pretty heavy schedule for a team to try and get in a single week. So we'll have to wait and see how Grants Pass holds things up coming up over the start of this conference slate for them. Feel like we've still got some time. Might be waiting on some officials to show up. We got our Supercuts starting lineups ready to go? I think so. Let's go ahead and take a look at the Supercuts starting lineup. Supercuts in the Steelhead Run Plaza across from Starbucks on Garden Valley Boulevard. Save time and check out styles online at supercuts.com. For those watching online at 541radio.com, today's broadcast going on there. You can check out the starting lineups there. We'll start with Roseburg, the visiting team, leading things off for head coach Troy Thompson. It'll be Spencer 6 leading things off in the catcher position. The shortstop, Caden Johnson, bats second, followed by the right fielder, Doran Gillespie. Zach Mandera is the third baseman, and he'll bat in the cleanup spot. Jet Black is the center fielder. Jet will bat 5th overall for Roseburg. In the 6th spot is Jay Stoffel, the first baseman, filling in, as you heard there in the pregame coach's interview. Jay Stoffel filling in for Jonathan Stone, who went out with a knee injury. Great to see Jonathan walking around without the need for crutches, but not sure for Jonathan how long he is going to be out with those injuries. Coming up throughout, he suffered both knee injuries during the basketball season. We'll see how long this knee injury keeps him out here in the baseball season. So Jay Stoffel filling in at first base, batting 6th, followed by the left fielder Mason Littlefield, batting 7th, hitting 8th, and DHing for the pitcher Garrett Zimet will be Trevor Muir, and rounding out the starting lineup will be Luke Van Norman playing at second base. Go ahead and take a look at the home batting lineup, brought to you by Supercuts. For head coach Kevin Schaefer in his second year, a Douglas High School graduate, now here in Grants Pass, leading the Cavemen. His starting lineup will have Sean Tobin, the shortstop, leading things off, followed by Colby Dinkle, the second baseman. Batting third and playing at third base is Peyton Calabro. The pitcher for the Cavemen today will be Cade King, a senior right-hander. He'll bat in the cleanup spot. Braden Bellum playing at first base, hits 5th, followed by the catcher Jet Hood, a sophomore behind the plate, batting 6th. In right field, batting 7th is Andrew Ide, another sophomore in the lineup. Matt Knight, the left fielder, bats in the 8th spot. And rounding out the starting at 9 for Coach Schaefer will be Andrew Medley, the center fielder. The coaches are meeting at home plate as we get ready to go. They'll exchange their Supercuts starting lineups. Again, that's Supercuts in the Steelhead Run Plaza across from Starbucks on Garden Valley Boulevard. Save time and check out styles online at supercuts.com. Getting ready for first pitch of today's ball game. I'm Joey Keyran here on the radio and also streaming online at 541radio.com. This broadcast of Roseburg Baseball brought to you by Cascade Community Credit Union, belong to Douglas County, and by our friends over at Bi-Mart. Score big at Bi-Mart where you can get ready for your season for less. Roseburg comes in ranked number 11 by the OSAA, but no team in the Southwest Conference getting love in the most recent OSAA Today coaches poll. For Grants Pass, they come in ranked number 21 in the OSAA Power Rankings. 8-3 for Grants Pass. Roseburg 5-3 overall, 2-0 in conference play. Again, this is the opener for Grants Pass in Southwest Conference play. Roseburg last year took all 3 games against Grants Pass, but they return a good portion of their lineup. They have not had a winning league record in over a decade, but they return 3 top arms, and they return a number of starters. Sean Tobin, Peyton Calabro, Andrew Medley, Jet Hood, Matt Knight, Jake Henricks, Braden Bellum, and Cade King, all guys that got their name in the starting lineup last year when Roseburg and Grants played. They returned 3 conference players from last year, including first-team All-Southwest Conference infielder Peyton Calabro, second-team outfielder Andrew Medley, and honorable mention selection Cade King, the right-hander that will be on the mound to start things out for Grants Pass here today. Cavemen come in averaging pretty good offensive numbers, 6.4 runs per game. They're giving up just 2.6. So offense could come at a premium today for Roseburg. They'll have to get the bats going early to try and stay in it. Wind blowing around, kind of tough to peg it down. It looks like, according to the flags out in left field, the wind blowing right to left across the diamond, probably more from right field towards the third base line rather than flagpole to flagpole. The American flag also here behind the Roseburg dugout down the first base side is also blowing back in. So got to imagine that the ball is going to get knocked down if it's high in the air here today at Grants Pass. We're going to go ahead and get ready for our final 2-minute break here at the pregame show as we get ready for the national anthem. So stay with us, folks. First pitch of today's ballgame between Roseburg and Grants Pass is coming up. We'll pause for a 2-minute break and come back with the first pitch after this on CBS Sports Radio 1490 The Score. Hey there, sports fans. Thanks for watching this local sporting event online at 541radio.com. Did you know there's more than one way to watch games online? You can watch games on your laptop or desktop computer, your tablet, or even your smartphone just by going to 541radio.com. But we also use YouTube to stream all of our video broadcasts, which means you could be watching this game on your big screen TV with a number of different streaming devices. You can stream our live YouTube broadcast through your PlayStation or Xbox gaming device or through streaming devices like Google Chromecast, Apple TV, or Roku. There's plenty of ways to follow this live local sporting event. Plus, you can find past events archived on 1490 The Score's YouTube channel. Find us on YouTube and subscribe today to keep up with the latest in local sports coverage. Stay tuned for more for basketball on 541radio.com.
It's easy to spot people who participated in high school sports and activities.
Right on time.
They learned important lessons like leadership, teamwork, respect.
Hey, our meeting moved to 10.
We'll be ready.
Values that last a lifetime.
We need to focus on 3 factors.
Support high school sports and activities in your community. When kids take part, they get set for life.
What rhymes with great?
Participate.
Where does greatness start? Here, in the classroom. On the stage.
In the pool. On the field. Where will your greatness take you?
To better grades.
To more friends. Yeah! Be great. Participate!
Going to be coming back quick. Welcome back here to Grants Pass High School as we get ready to go. First pitch from Cade King, the right-hander, to the left-hander. Spencer Six is inside, and we welcome you, everybody, here to today's broadcast of Roseburg Baseball. We get underway with the first pitch, missing the strike zone from King. And this Southwest Conference contest is underway. The 0-1 pitch. Six gets a hold of one into center field. Going back is Medley. He'll circle around underneath the very high fly ball to center field off the bat of Spencer Six. And there's one away here to start out the ball game. One out. Spencer Six had come into today's contest batting .333. He's unable to get that one to drop in the outfield. Put it high in the air. As I said, the wind blowing around enough, those balls high in the air might hang up just a little bit longer than normal. One away, Caden Johnson, the shortstop, will stand in against King, who gets the outside corner for an opening strike of the at-bat. Caden Johnson comes into today batting .385. Had a double in the doubleheader against North Medford. Swings and misses. Strike two. Johnson, he's got a hit streak going right now, 5 games. He's gone 8-15 during that hit streak, .533 batting average. Right now he sits at an 0-2 count against King with one away and nobody on base. He chases a breaking ball outside. Caught waving at it. He'll go down with a strikeout, 2 down. That breaking ball sat on the outside corner. Might have been outside the strike zone all the way, but it continued outside the strike zone into the left-handed batter's box, and Johnson went chasing after it. 2 down. Gillespie will stand in, and a fastball. He goes right after it on the first pitch. Swing and a miss. Couldn't locate the fastball there from King, who big guy out there on the mound, and he is a hard thrower, as he is showing here in the early going. Wind picks up just a little bit. Can't see any dust rolling, though, on the artificial turf. That ball in the air to center field. Going back is Medley. Hopping around, he'll find the baseball and tracks it to straightaway center field for the final out. A 1-2-3 inning to start things off for the Roseburg Indians here in the top of the first. Quick one there for Cade King. And coming up next, it'll be the Grants Pass Cavemen. After a half inning of play, it's a 0-0 ball game on CBS Sports Radio, 1490, The Score.
What rhymes with great?
Participate.
Where does greatness start? Here, in the classroom. On the stage.
In the pool.
On the field.
Where will your greatness take you?
To better grades.
To more friends.
Yeah! Be great.
Participate!
At Brook Communications, our job is to get results for your business, period. We can take your story and tell it to the people you want to reach in a way that compels first-time clients to become repeat customers. We get them through your door so you can do what you were meant to do. Proclaim your sales message to the largest audience of any media company in Douglas County. Brook Communications dominates through the power of 5 radio stations and 541radio.com. Results amplified. Locally owned. Brook Communications.
Sophomore Garrett Zymet will toe the rubber for Roseburg to start this one. Bottom of the first coming up. Zymet 5 2/3 innings pitched. He's got a 1-0 win-loss record. Made 3 appearances so far. He's got a 1.23 ERA. He's given up 1 run all season in those 5 2/3 innings, 7 hits, and he's got 7 strikeouts to no walks so far on the mound for Roseburg. He'll face Sean Tobin to lead things off for Grants Pass as we welcome you back here to Grants Pass High School. Roseburg and Grants Pass squaring off in a Southwest Conference game. This contest brought to you by DC Farmers Co-op, where everyone's welcome to shop. We'll run around the diamond defensively for Roseburg here in the bottom half of the first inning as the first pitch comes in for a called strike. Behind the plate, signaling out the pitches to Zymet is Spencer 6 as he gets ready to receive the 0-1, and the pitch is outside for a 1-1 count against Tobin. Out at first base, filling in for Jonathan Stone, it's Jay Stoffel. At second base, Luke Van Norman. Caden Johnson at short, and Zach Mandera at third as an off-speed pitch misses inside. The count goes 2-1. In the outfield from left to right for Roseburg, Mason Littlefield, Jet Black, and Dorn Gillespie. Strike on the outside corner evens things up here for Zymet against Tobin. Sean Tobin, a senior infielder, returning starter for Grants Pass. The 2-2 pitch. Slaps it one, fouls it away. We've got the artificial football field behind us, surrounded by the track. That's where the track and field team right now over there holding practice. That ball heading that direction. Foul ball keeps it a 2-2 count. Out of the windup for Zymet. Off speed's high, and the count will go full. Artificial infield turf, but the outfield, about 5 feet behind the infield quote-unquote dirt, is natural. As a pitch high, it'll be a leadoff walk. First of the season for Zymet. He walks Sean Tobin to lead things off, and a man on base for Colby Dinkle, the second baseman, who will stand in next. So got a little bit of artificial turf technically in the outfield, but it quickly turns to real grass out there, looking full and lush. On the first pitch, going, but is squared a bunt. Dinkle will put that one up on top of the roof here behind home. The foul ball gives him an 0-1 count out at first base. Tobin had a real good look at what Dinkle was trying to accomplish there with the sacrifice bunt, and he was quickly back to the bag with that ball bunted in the air. 0-1 count with nobody out, a man on at first, bottom of the first inning. Playing in at third is Mandera. Squaring to bunt again. They pitch out, throw down to first. Not going to be in time. Stoffel applies the tag, but standing up back on the bag is Sean Tobin. Roseburg wearing their road blacks, black top, gray trousers. Roseburg across the front in script orange. Numbers in orange on the front and the back. Button-ups with the black piping down the side of the pants for Roseburg. Look over to first, not there. Actually, that might just be the netting that I'm looking at there. 1-1, runner going, swing and a miss, throw to second. Oh, he didn't hang on to the baseball. The ball got there in time, but Johnson couldn't hang on to it. He swiped to make the tag. So in safely will go Tobin. Nice throw from Spencer 6. Got it there in time. Maybe just a little bit further away from the bag than you would like to see, but you can't ask for much better than that. Stolen base for Tobin, puts him into scoring position. A 1-2 pitch, swing and a miss. Well, that'll be the first strikeout for Garrett Zymet here today, and that is a more well drilling strikeout. Don't strike out when it comes to water for your home. Trust more well drilling, keeping Douglas County green since 1947. Give them a call at 541-459-4039. One away with a man at second base. Here in the bottom of the first, scoreless ball game. Zymet will face Peyton Calabro. Looks back to second base, nobody there covering. Zymet looked like he was ready to make that throw out there, and that'll quickly get a trip to the mound here from pitching coach Richie Charles to have a quick conversation with his starting pitcher. Home whites for Grants Pass. They've got the white trousers with the blue stripe down the side. The tops, they've got the horizontal stripes with multiple different shades of blue. Numbers in blue on the front and the back outlined in white, so they pop out just a little bit there. A look towards second. Johnson holding on the runner. The pitch comes to the plate, and it's high for ball one for Peyton Calabro. Calabro, again, a first-time All-Southwest Conference infielder for Grants Pass last year. The senior batting third. The 1-0 is outside on the fastball, and the count will go to 2-0 for Calabro. Cool day here, made even cooler by that cutting wind that keeps blowing here towards the grandstands. Calabro's 2-0 pitch, swing and a miss. Roseburg on Saturday using both Zach Mandera and Jace Stoffel for long outings. Stoffel hitting his pitch count limit, and Zach Mandera throwing all 7 innings, getting up there. Strike on the outside corner, taken by Calabro, gives him a 2-2 count with 1 away. So I would have to look at it again, but I'm pretty sure that the opportunity to use either Stoffel or Mandera is going to be pretty limited here today. They might have earned themselves about 25 pitches or so, but that'd be about it. 2-2 from Zymet outside, trying to get Calabro to chase after that one high and away, and he lays off, leaning to watch it go by. Does not take the bat off his shoulder. He's got a full count pitch coming with a man at second base and 1 away. Zymet steps and delivers. That one handcuffed him. It'll get into center field. Jet Black going to come up with it. He's throwing towards the plate. It's offline, and on the throw up to second base will go Peyton Calabro. And with that, Grants Pass will take a 1-0 lead here early on. Line drive shot into shallow center field. Tobin scores. And Calabro advancing to second on the throw. RBI there for Calabro. Now the cleanup man, Cade King, will try to continue it for Grants Pass as the sun works its way back behind some clouds, providing a little bit of shade here today. King stands in with Calabro at second, and the first pitch is a breaking ball, does not have its bite. Stays inside and high against the Grants Pass pitcher. King had a 1-2-3 first inning, now has a little bit of room to work with. His ball goes between the legs for Spencer 6 and up to third. Will go Calabro on the pass ball. And Grants Pass attacking early on here as Jay Stoffel makes a quick visit to the mound to talk with Garrett Zimet. Zimet, just a sophomore, making his first start of the year. His fastball is outside, and the count will go to 3-0. And out to the mound will go Spencer 6 to have a quick conversation as well. Zimet has come on in relief again, mentioned earlier. He's pitched 5 2/3 innings for this Roseburg team, but the young sophomore, he's pitching some big games at some lower levels. The Roseburg Renegades during the summer, Pepsi Bottle Caps, but getting his first extended varsity action here this year as a sophomore. Right-hander will toe the first base side of the rubber after the visit to the mound by Spencer 6. 3-0 pitch coming with a man at third. It's outside for ball 4. Second walk issued here in the first inning for Zimet. And you've got runners on the corners. Roseburg will look for a double play ball, one away, 1 run in so far. Courtesy runner to come in for the pitcher. Taking over at first base is going to be Dante Haven. Haven, a sophomore. We'll look to upgrade the speed on the bases there for Grants Pass. 1 out, bottom of the first inning, 1-0 lead so far for Grants Pass. The first pitch to the 5-hitter, swing and a miss for Braden Bellum, chasing the high heat. Wanted to try and add more to that lead for Grants Pass, getting a hold of one there. Couldn't catch up to it near his eyeballs. At third base, taking the lead, Calabro. At first base, Haven, and the pitch is high and away for a 1-1 count. Looking to maybe, that might have been a bit of a pitch out there, see if they can get him to chase and make sure the runners don't have an unfair advantage trying to take an extra base there. On the corners, runner not going. The pitch, a breaking ball in the dirt, can't get him to chase. And Roseburg trying to come up with the right infield defense here with the runners on the corner. Still runner not going. That ball in the air, but foul back behind home. 2 balls and 2 strikes now for Garrett Zimet against Braden Bellum. Bellum, a senior, another returner. The lineup is filled with them. 2-2 pitch, right down the middle. He froze him. Strike 3 called. It's another Morwell drilling strikeout. 2 now in this first inning for Zimet. And a big second out for the Indians as they look to try and keep the game close at 1-0. Jed Hood, the catcher, a sophomore, will bat next with 2 outs and runners on the corners. Hood did start at catcher but was DH'd for in the final game of the 3-game series last year between Roseburg and Grants Pass. And Hood will take the first pitch for a called strike. Catcher, outfielder, but starting behind the plate here today. The 0-1 pitch for him. They pitch out, up out of the crouch quickly was Spencer 6, and it'll be a 1-1 count. Haven't really seen any sort of move at first from the courtesy runner, Dante Haven, with the runners on the corners here. He has been pretty much playing it straight up, not trying to take second. Now he'll go running. That ball off the end of the bat had a lot of spin on it. Throw to first base, though, for Zimet as it's a comebacker and an easy 1-3 put out to finish the bottom of the first. Only 1 hit here in the first inning for 1 run. 2 men left on base for Grants Pass. As we finish the first inning, it's 1-0 Cavemen in front of Roseburg. This is Roseburg Baseball, streaming online at 541radio.com and on CBS Sports Radio 1490 The Score.
It's easy to spot people who participated in high school sports and activities.
Right on time.
They learned important lessons like leadership, teamwork, respect.
Hey, our meeting moved to 10.
We'll be ready.
Values that last a lifetime.
We need to focus on 3 factors.
Support high school sports and activities in your community. When kids take part, they get set for life.
At Brook Communications, our job is to get results for your business, period. We can take your story and tell it to the people you want to reach in a way that compels first-time clients to become repeat customers. We get them through your door so you can do what you were meant to do. Proclaim your sales message to the largest audience of any media company in Douglas County. Brook Communications dominates through the power of 5 radio stations and 541radio.com. Results amplified. Locally owned. Brook Communications.
Now batting number 13, Zach Mandera.
Back here at Grants Pass High School, getting ready for the second inning. Roseburg trailing 1-0 against Grants Pass. Leading things off will be Zach Mandera for Roseburg. Mandera black and Stoffel against Cade King. Breaking ball, off-speed pitch, misses outside against Mandera. Zach comes in, batting .313 this season. Nice start for the senior. Today's game brought to you by Good Vibration Solutions for home theater and automotive audio. You can feel it at Good Vibes. 1-0 pitch, Mandera. I think he swung and missed, and that one off the end of the glove for Jet Hood. Kind of looked like he might have fouled it off, but I don't believe he actually got a piece of it. Either way, it's strike one in the at-bat for Zach Mandera. Leading things off, Roseburg trailing 1-0 in the second. A 1-1 from King. Outside. 2 balls and a strike. I think Roseburg's coaching staff was hoping that Grants Pass would have had to play the doubleheader yesterday against South Eugene. But instead, this will be the opener for the Cavemen as a fastball sits on the outside corner for a called strike against Z. So Roseburg gets the top of the rotation for Grants Pass here today instead of maybe seeing their third man on the mound. 2-2 pitch from King. Ground ball left side, deep in the hole, gets underneath the glove for the shortstop, Tobin, and into left field, and that'll be the first base hit of the ballgame for the Roseburg Indians. Ground ball. Kind of not necessarily a slow roller through the infield, but it just took its time. But a long run for Tobin, ranging to his backhand at short. Made a sliding attempt to get to it, and it went right underneath his glove. He would have had a tough throw across the diamond to get to that one. And Zach Mandera will get on to lead things here in the second for Roseburg. They trail 1-0. Jet Black stands in. First pitch from King with a runner on base, and he gets a strike on the outside corner. King working out of the stretch for the first time here today. Jet Black went 3 for 5 on the weekend against North Medford, had a double and a triple, and 3 RBI, getting his first extra base hits of the year. As a throw to first base, Mandera, tag on the back, he's in safely. Bellum over there trying to get a hand on him in time. Slide a little extra on this artificial turf, especially with some of the precipitation we've been having lately. I'm sure that thing nice and greased up. Second season of the artificial turf infield as Zach back in safely. Quick tag over there by Bellum at first, showing off some quick hands from the right-handed first baseman. He's making those plays look close. 0-1 count for King against Jet Black, outside and high. And Jet will have a 1-1 count. Quick first inning for King. Set down Roseburg in order, and nobody in the top of the lineup going all that deep into the at-bat against Cade King. Got 2 pop-outs to center and a strikeout. His 1-1 here for Jet. Outside corner, that has been lively so far this afternoon. Both pitchers taking advantage of the outside edge of the plate. On right-handed heavy batting lineups, it seems, for both sides. 1-2 count now for Jet Black. Zach Mandera at first after the leadoff single. A throw over that direction. Back in, ahead of the tag this time, no problem. Zach there at first base. He got to play at first base in Game 2 of the doubleheader against North Medford on Saturday. He was very proud of himself for playing at first. Zhao, Jet goes swinging after the 1-2 pitch, chasing a high one. He'll go down with the strikeout, second of the game for Cade King, and you've got one away here in the top of the second inning. Roseburg trailing 1-0 against Grants Pass. Batting next will be Jay Stoffel. Stoffel started out the season hot at the plate, but has cooled a bit. His average down to .313. Not a bad average by any means, but he has been a little bit quiet in the last couple of games at the plate. He'll take high and inside for ball one. In fact, he is trying to break out of a little bit of a slump, 0 for 8 in his last 3 games. Had a great pitching performance, though, in the nightcap of that doubleheader on Saturday against North Medford. Throw over to first again to check on Mandera. He goes sliding headfirst back into the bag. Saw head coach of the Roseburg JV team, Justin O'Byrne, down in the dugout today, so I'm going to take that no JV game for Roseburg today. In fact, the JV field is just out beyond right field, and there's no action there, so I'd say that's the case. Jace fouls off a pitch. 1-1 count now for the Roseburg first baseman. One away with one on. That's always been one of the fun things about playing here at Grants Pass. You can keep an eye on what's going on over at the JV game, although no scoreboard to be able to keep an eye on the score. 1-1 pitch here for King against Stoffel. He will lay off a pitch high and away. The count will go to 2-1. Stoffel not wearing batting gloves, not wearing any sleeves. Got to keep moving if that's going to be the case. It'll cool you down quickly out there with the wind blowing around. 2 balls and a strike here for Cade King. Checking first over his shoulder. He throws in. It's a comebacker to the mound. King fields. He'll throw to second for 1. The throw to first. They got it. A 1-6-3 double play will finish things off here in the second inning. Roseburg unable to take advantage of a leadoff single by Zach Mandera. No runs, 1 hit, no error. Nobody left on base. Grants Pass leading 1-0 as we head to the bottom of the second. This is Roseburg Baseball on 541radio.com and on CBS Sports Radio 1490 The Score.
The innocence of youth. Is there anything any better? But soon they'll be in high school and facing all the same challenges you faced. How to make friends, how to fit in, how to be cool. We want our children to have everything they'll need to live fulfilling and productive lives. Make sure the kids in your family are among the more than 120,000 participants here in Oregon who take part in high school sports or activities.
Looking for more local sports coverage? CBS Sports Radio 1490 The Score has you covered. Check out our homepage at 541radio.com for sports stories, scores, and podcasts. And follow us on social media. 1490 The Score is on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. And take the station with you wherever you go with the 541 Radio app. Download the app in your smartphone's app store and get access to a live stream of the station, sports stories, podcasts, and easy messaging with the station and others.
Sophomore Andrew Ide will lead things off here in the bottom of the second against Garrett Zymet. Grants Pass leading 1-0. First pitch in for a called strike. Roseburg Baseball here on The Score is brought to you by Mahalo Heating and Cooling, your best choice for the finest indoor comfort control. Call them today at 672-6707. Foul ball. Count will go to 0-2 here against Ide. Ide, a new name in the lineup for Grants Pass from what we learned last year. Other than that, everybody else is pretty much returning as Zymet misses low, and the count will go to 1-2. The 1-2 high and away, and the count goes to 2-2. Bottom third of the lineup here for Grants Pass in the second inning. Due up, Ide, Knight, and Medley, the 7-8-9. 2-2 pitch, fouled right side and out of play, heading to the facilities down the right side. 2-2 count remains. Up to about 35 pitches on the day for Garrett Zymet here. His 2-2 delivery. Right down the middle, another called strike 3, his third punch out of the day. He's got that working for him.
Now batting number 12.
Zymet definitely a strikeout pitcher with 3 already here today. I believe he's up to 10 strikeouts in limited action so far this year. First pitch now to the left-hander. Matt Knight takes low and away for ball 1. Matt Knight, a senior outfielder, Puts it towards third base, fielded by Mandera. He'll throw over to Stoffel for an easy 5-3 put out. And moving along a little bit faster here in the second inning for Zymet. After facing 6 hitters in the first, he's got the first 2 guys here and will try to retire the side with Andrew Medley, the 9-hitter. 2 away, first pitch, high and away. Zymet trying to get to a quick second inning, make up for that long first inning. Reserve some of his pitch count as a check swing went around, swing and a miss. Medley will go to 1-1 in the at-bat. Threw on an extra layer here at the game. Coaches in the coaches box out there are all layered up as well for Grants Pass. Is a swing and a miss by Medley on a 1-1 pitch. Brings Roseburg to the brink of getting out of this second inning without any damage. Trailing 1-0 right now to Grants Pass. The 1-2 swung on and missed. Another strikeout for Garrett Zymet. We'll wrap things up here in the bottom of the second. A Morwell drilling strikeout finishes things off. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left on base. Through 2 innings of play, it's 1-0 Grants Pass in front here on 541radio.com and on CBS Sports Radio 1490 The Score.
Looking for more local sports coverage? CBS Sports Radio 1490 The Score has you covered. Check out our homepage at 541radio.com for sports stories, scores, and podcasts. And follow us on social media. 1490 The Score is on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. And take the station with you wherever you go with the 541 Radio app. Download the app in your smartphone's app store and get access to a live stream of the station, sports stories, podcasts, and easy messaging with the station and others.
It's easy to spot people who participated in high school sports and activities.
Right on time.
They learned important lessons like leadership, teamwork, respect.
Hey, our meeting moved to 10.
We'll be ready.
Values that last a lifetime.
We need to focus on 3 factors.
Support high school sports and activities in your community. When kids take part, they get set for life.
The sun is shining here in Grants Pass. Still plenty of clouds overhead, and it's not necessarily warm, but we're playing baseball. Roseburg and Grants Pass heading it to the 3rd inning. Roseburg baseball today brought to you by Flyaway Travel. Contact their travel experts for your travel plan. Second straight inning, Roseburg will start off with a base hit as Mason Littlefield, his first time up to bat, he'll slap one opposite field going between second and first to right field for a base knock, and Roseburg will start off with the leadoff man on. Roseburg trails 1-0 against Grants Pass. It'll be the 8-hitter Trevor Muir, the DH, that'll stand in. For Mason Littlefield, only his second game back from an injury, and that'll be his first hit of the season, by the way. Trevor Muir, the DH, standing in. He squared to bunt, looking to lay down a sac bunt, but he pulled it back and took for strike 1. An 0-1 count here as he'll square once again. Coming in at third, to throw over to first base for Cade King. 1-0 the score in the ball game. Roseburg, 2 hits, no runs, no errors. Grants Pass, 1 run on 1 hit, no errors. Muir will square again. Third baseman comes charging in. He puts it down first base side. That's a good bunt, and it'll just roll into foul territory. Picking it up, Jet Hood. Thought maybe for a second with the artificial turf that might have a chance to just die right on the chalk line. Unfortunately, it did not. At Legion Field, that ball might have stayed. If it stayed on the grass part, it would have stayed fair. If it had rolled onto the baseline, no chance. Here, I was not sure. An 0-2 pitch now coming for Muir. The DH swings and fouls one away. Nobody out with a man on at first. Roseburg started out with a single by Zach Mandera in the second inning, but couldn't move him around. A double play ending the second without a score for Roseburg. So they'll try to change their luck here at the bottom of the lineup. Littlefield takes a lead at first. Muir at the plate, an 0-2 pitch coming from King. Fouled away again. Muir up there battling. He has been scrapping his way through the start of the season, batting .278. He's got 4 RBI on the year. No extra base hits. looking to try and break out of the early portion of a slump, just getting started. The 0-2 pitch coming up for him here from King. Takes his time. The big man will fire. Pitch in the dirt. Littlefield taking off for second. He'll get in standing up. Wild pitch moves the runner into scoring position. A ball and 2 strikes now. At the plate, good discipline there by Muir not to chase after a pitch in the dirt. Now King with a little bit of pressure, first time having a runner in scoring position. So now they look for Muir to try and put the ball in play, see what could happen. Stands back into that right-handed batter's box. King taking a look at second, nobody holding on Littlefield. Now the shortstop comes over. The pitch goes to the plate, breaking ball outside, didn't miss by much. Surprised did not see more of a bit of a groan out of the home fans on that one. That pitch not off the mark by a lot. 2-2 pitch coming set. King looking long towards second. Nobody there to hold on Littlefield. He'll check again. Littlefield takes a little bit of bigger lead, and now back to the bag as King steps off that direction. Outfield playing Trevor Muir straight up. Infield playing up the middle to hold on the runner. The pitch. Oh, strike 3 called. I would have said the curveball would have been more likely to be a strike than that one, but going down looking will be Trevor Muir. That'll be the third strikeout of the game for Cade King. First out here in the third inning. Luke Van Norman will stand in. Van Norman, the second baseman, rounds out the first time through the lineup. You've got the lefty and Van Norman and the lefty and Spencer Six waiting on deck. Luke Van Norman this season batting .294, 5 runs scored. He's got 2 RBI, looking to add 1 here as Roseburg tries to even it up, trailing 1-0 here in the top of the third. Squaring to bunt, Van Norman pulls it back. The pitch is high. Get a chance to break for a station identification here in a second, so stand by for that. Back in the studio. While we wait for a shoe tie, let's go ahead and pause for a station identification. This is Roseburg Baseball on 1490 The Score. .1-0 pitch for Van Norman. He'll take a breaking ball for a called strike. He was squaring to bunt and pulled back at the last second to let it go by, but gets called for a strike. Now a visit to the mound for Jed Hood to talk with Cade King. A 1-1 count with 1 away to the 9-hitter. Luke Van Norman rounding out the first time through the lineup for Roseburg here in the top of the third inning. It's a 1-0 score. Grants Pass in front. Joey Kieran here with you. Josh Nelson alongside me with the video production today. Back in the studio, Chance Terrell running the radio side of things. Out at second base after a leadoff single, Mason Littlefield held on by the shortstop. The pitch to the plate for King, high and away to the lefty Van Norman. Van Norman had shown bunt the first 2 pitches, did not on that last one. Van Norman also going with no batting gloves, no sleeves. Wears the pants high, exposing the stirrup socks. Swings away there and fouls it off over towards the tennis courts, which are empty. I would imagine, I'm pretty sure that is where they hold their usual tennis matchups. Roseburg boys tennis was scheduled to be down here at Grants Pass today, but nobody over there, so I'm going to guess that might have gotten postponed. 1 away, 2-2 count for Van Norman with Littlefield at second. Cade King out of the stretch. Spins and looks back to second, but nobody there for a throw. First time that Roseburg has had a runner in scoring position. Slapping the leather, the throw to the plate, swing and a miss for Van Norman. He cannot connect, and 2 big punch-outs there for Cade King. He's got 4 on the day, and now Roseburg down to their down to their final out here in the top of the third inning, and they'll look for Spencer Six to try and get something started. Six flew out to center field his first time up, 0 for 1 on the day. Cade King with a man in scoring position, trying to hang on to a 1-0 lead. His first pitch to the lefty is a called strike on the outside corner. So far, King Has done all right against the lefties in Roseburg's lineup. Long look in for the call from Hood from behind the plate. The 0-1 from King. Kicks and delivers. Breaking ball called strike 2. Spencer 6 letting it go by. Cade King trying to get through the third inning without giving up a run. He's one strike away from doing so. His 0-2 pitch. Outside. Pitch carried away from the lefty Spencer 6. Flags out in left field. Not moving too much at the moment. The one here down the first base side to our right is flapping around. The 1-2 pitch from King. Got a little bit ahead of that one. Fouled it back behind home. Spencer will stay alive. Throwing going on in the bullpen for Roseburg, but I believe that might just be Zymet trying to stay loose over there. Yeah, that is Garrett out there throwing. Staying loose, staying warm on a cold day here in Grants Pass and a lengthy third inning for the Indians at the plate. 1-2 pitch again. Spencer pulls it right side. That'll get into right field. Littlefield rounding third. He's heading for the plate, and Roseburg will tie this one up on a 2-out single by Spencer 6. And Spencer picks up his second RBI of the season and evens this one at 1 apiece. Pulling that one to the right side. Colby Dinkle, the second baseman, diving for it. Couldn't get there in time. It rolls into the right field grass for Andrew Ide. And Roseburg will even it up here with 2 outs in the top of the third. Man at first. 2 away. First pitch swinging for Johnson is skyrocketed out into left field. Caden will fly out to Matt Knight in left field, and that'll finish things off here in the top of the third. But Roseburg able to strike and even this one up on a 2-out single by Spencer 6. It's a 1-1 ball game as we go to the bottom of the third inning. This is Roseburg Baseball on 541radio.com and on CBS Sports Radio 1490 The Score.
At Brook Communications, our job is to get results for your business, period. We can take your story and tell it to the people you want to reach in a way that compels first-time clients to become repeat customers. We get them through your door so you can do what you were meant to do. Proclaim your sales message to the largest audience of any media company in Douglas County. Brook Communications dominates through the power of 5 radio stations and 541radio.com. Results amplified. Locally owned. Brook Communications.
It's easy to spot people who participated in high school sports and activities.
Right on time.
They learned important lessons like leadership, teamwork, respect.
Hey, our meeting moved to 10.
We'll be ready.
Values that last a lifetime.
We need to focus on 3 factors.
Support high school sports and activities in your community. When kids take part, they get set for life.
All knotted at 1 as we go to the bottom of the third. Roseburg Baseball here on The Score, brought to you by Pepsi and Bigfoot Beverages of Roseburg. It'll be the top of the order to lead things off for Grants Pass here in the third inning. Tobin, Dinkle, and Calabro against Garrett Zymet will come out with the game tied once again. He works a breaking ball on the first pitch on the outside corner to Sean Tobin for a strike. Tobin reached on a walk in the first inning and eventually came around to score as he takes a pitch low and outside for a 1-1 count. The pitch is pulled towards third base. Foul ball. Zach Mandera ready to throw to first, but called foul at the last second. He was straddling that third base chalk line, but the ball just in foul territory when he touches it in front of the bag. So a foul ball will make it a 1-2 count here for the leadoff man, Tobin. Breaking ball, ooh, misses just inside. Not by much. Quickly into the lineup here for Zymet. He goes with a fastball. It's fouled away. That one chasing after a a fan walking out towards the restroom area. And a young lady in blue will collect that one. That one fouled the way out towards the track. That one's going to carry even farther for Tobin. He fouls off back-to-back pitches, stays at a 2-2 count with nobody out, leading things off in the bottom of the third. Breaking ball, strike three, froze him again. That is strikeout number 5 for Garrett Zimet. The sophomore has a nice day going on the mound. And it's another More Drilling strikeout. More Drilling, don't strike out when it comes to water for your home. Give them a call at 541-459-4039. Continuing to pepper the strike zone, Zimet against Colby Dinkle starts out with a strike. It'll be interesting to see the first pitch strike numbers after this one. And that one, though, unfortunately, strikes the batter. Hit by pitch. Puts a runner on base with one away. Dinkle will get on for the first time after striking out in the first inning. First time a runner's been on base for Grants Pass since the first. So Dinkle at first base. Peyton Calabro, the third baseman, steps in, and he'll take strike one. Garrett Zimet, again, just a sophomore, right-hander. Not a big guy, but boy, he sure does seem to have some pop on the fastball. Likes to work quick, it appears. Learning more about him as a swinging bunt fouled off at the plate. Calabro will have an 0-2 count when he steps back in. Dinkle at first. Second baseman will take his lead. One away. Got caught on an inside breaking ball, fouled down the third base side for Calabro. Third base side is the home dugout for Grants Pass. They've got the dugout with the clubhouse built in behind it. The hitting facilities attached there just beyond the dugout. Real nice facilities here at Grants Pass. Strike three called on the outside corner for Calabro. He goes down looking. That's strikeout number 6. And for Zimet, 6 strikeouts in the game. 2 of them have been looking. As he is racking up the numbers here. 2 down with a man at first. The cleanup man, Cade King, will hit, and he takes the first pitch for strike 1. Feel like I'm a broken record here. That has been the theme, it seems, for Zimet. Attacking that strike zone on the first pitch is 0-1. Off speed in the air out towards center. Going back is Jet, but he's got plenty of room to get underneath it for the final out. Cade King gave it a ride, but not quite enough. As that'll finish things off here in the bottom of the third inning. Grants Pass gets 1 runner on, but can't do anything with it. And it's still a tie ball game. No runs on no hits, no errors, 1 man left on base. 1-1 as we go to the 4th. This is Roseburg Baseball on 541radio.com and on CBS Sports Radio, 1490 The Score.
What rhymes with great?
Participate.
Where does greatness start? Here, in the classroom. On the stage.
In the pool. On the field.
Where will your greatness take you?
To better grades.
To more friends.
Yeah! Be great.
Participate!
At Brook Communications, our job is to get results for your business, period. We can take your story and tell it to the people you want to reach in a way that compels first-time clients to become repeat customers. We get them through your door so you can do what you were meant to do. Proclaim your sales message to the largest audience of any media company in Douglas County. Brook Communications dominates through the power of 5 radio stations and 541radio.com. Results amplified. Locally owned. Brook Communications.
1-1 ball game going to the top of the 4th inning. Doran Gillespie will lead things off. Today's game brought to you by Fisher's Hearth and Home, serving Douglas County for over 30 years with the largest selection of wood, gas, pellet, and electric stoves and fireplaces in the area. First pitch for Doran, a breaking ball. That one off the turf. He holds back, and takes it for ball one. Also going on today in the Southwest Conference, South Medford at South Eugene was on the schedule. No word if that one actually being played. It looks like maybe another game got bumped as a 1-0 pitch outside for Gillespie. The count will go 2-0. North Medford and Sheldon not playing today, or at least not on the schedule. It looks like their game got moved to tomorrow already. So try and see if we can get any updates on the rest of the Southwest Conference for you throughout today's broadcast. 2-0 pitch. Strike taken on the outside corner, bottom of the strike zone there for Gillespie. And they'll have a 2-1 count. Doran 0 for 1 in the ballgame, flew out to center field in the first. The 2-1 pitch from King. Swing and a miss, chasing that outside corner. Evens up the count. That outside corner has been active. And that time, Gillespie, I think, seeing the pitch on the outside edge, knew he had to protect it, goes chasing after it. Nobody out here as we lead off the top of the fourth inning in a 1-1 ball game. 2-2 from King. Off speed, fouled away. Two balls and two strikes for leadoff man Doran Gillespie. Zach Mandera waiting on deck. The 2-2. And the home umpire will say he went around, tried to hold off. Gillespie will go down on a breaking ball check swing for the first out. Zach Mandera will bat next for Roseburg. Had a single through the left side of the infield his first time up. Mandera, though, was then the front end of a double play that ended the second inning after getting on with a single. He'll take a little bit high for ball one. One ball, no strikes. Fastball, inside corner for a called strike. Cade King, pitch count starting to grow a bit. 47 pitches by my tally. 1-1 to Mandera, swing and a miss. Zach looked like he second-guessed himself on that swing, maybe either on this pitch type, location, but it didn't seem like he was second-guessing swinging at it, just kind of got a little bit off with his swing. The 1-2, they set up outside. Oh, wow. That pitch looked like it was through the left-handed batter's box, but it's called for strike three. All right. That is strikeout number 6 for Cade King, getting a big strike zone here. Jet Black will hit with nobody on and 2 away, top of the fourth inning, 1-1 ball game. Jet struck out his first time up as he'll take low for ball one. Decent crowd showing up on a chillier day here in Grants Pass. Jet chops at a pitch and fouls it away for strike one. Most people huddled up, cuddled up, blankets, jackets, trying to stay warm here behind home. You've got folks down the first base side watching the game from over there as well. That's down the Roseburg side of the field. The 1-1 for Jet, lifts it into right field. Going back is eyed. That one on the run. It's outside of his reach. Jet will have an extra base hit. He's headed for second base. They're going to send him to third. The relay throw picked up. The throw to third is off the mark, and it gets away, goes off the hitting facility. Ducking out of the way goes head coach Troy Thompson. As that pitch, he wanted to make sure he didn't get hit by the ricochet off the hitting facility. And Jet sliding into third, makes it in safely. And Roseburg, with 2 outs, will have a man 90 feet from home. That ball just continued to carry away from Andrew Ide out in right field. And he had a long throw to make it back in. The relay would have been on time if it was on target. It would have at least made a close play at third, but it was not close on the throw. So 2 away, a man at third. First time on base for Jet, now 1 for 2 on the day. And up next will be Jay Stoffel, who grounded into an inning-ending double play his last time up. Pitch is in the dirt, knocked down by Hood. The catcher will keep it from going to the backstop. The backstop is short. here at Grants Pass. So you got to be cautious trying to take. It's a pitch low and outside. Will go to a 2-0 count now for Stoffel. Getting an update on the rest of the Southwest Conference. They are playing South Medford at South Eugene. At top of the fourth, it's 6-0 South Eugene in that matchup. The 2-0 pitch, low and away for Stoffel, and the count will go to 3-0 as Cade King battling a bit here in the top of the fourth inning. A tie ball game, 1-1, but Roseburg threatening with 2 outs and a man at third. King's 3-0 pitch. Right down the middle for a strike. Taking all the way was Stoffel. The 3-1 pitch for King. Trying to wrap up the top of the fourth, keep it tied. High and inside, that's ball 4, and the inning will continue. That is the first walk issued by Cade King.
Now batting number 2, Mason Littlefield.
He's got 6 strikeouts, just the 1 walk. Has been a pretty strong day for him. He has given up a few hits, though. 4 hits in this ball game for Roseburg. Just 1 for Grants Pass as of now. Runners on the corners with 2 outs. Mason Littlefield, 1 for 1 on the day with a single back in the third inning. He'll hit once again against King, and he takes down the middle, bottom of the strike zone for a called strike. Littlefield slapped one to the right side. Second baseman, Colby Dinkle playing, shading just a bit towards that first base side. Trying to take that away from Littlefield, who went pretty much right about where he's at last time up. 0-1 pitch. Outside corner called for a strike again. At this point in time, if you don't know, you should. Outside corner has been a part of the strike zone. The 0-2 pitch here for King with runners on the corners and 2 away. Stoffel at first. Heads running. That ball in the air, fouled away. With 2 outs and 2 strikes against the batter, Stoffel trying to get an early jump to see what will take place if the ball is in play. So Stoffel, after going all the way to second, makes his way all the way back to first, and will probably have to do it again on the next 0-2 pitch. He's the first baseman. He doesn't have to worry about running around too much once he gets back out there. The 0-2 pitch here for Littlefield. King kicks, delivers, and he fights off another one. That foul ball just on the other side of the netting here behind home. Goes cruising by. Seems as if everybody's okay. Stays an 0-2 count as Littlefield continues to battle away here against Cade King, who has seen his pitch count elevate here in the fourth. He kicks, delivers. The 0-2, ground ball up the middle. Bit of a slow chopper. The flip to second in time to get Stoffel. Close play there, but able to make it. Dinkle takes the really only possibility he had by getting the out at second base. The force out against Stoffel will keep it a 1-1 ball game. Head to the bottom of the fourth. It's tied at 1-1. As Roseburg and Grants Pass square off in this Southwest Conference game on 541radio.com and on CBS Sports Radio 1490 The Score.
It's easy to spot people who participated in high school sports and activities.
Right on time.
They learned important lessons like leadership, teamwork, respect.
Hey, our meeting moved to 10.
We'll be ready.
Values that last a lifetime.
We need to focus on 3 factors.
Support high school sports and activities in your community. When kids take part, they get set for life.
At Brook Communications, our job is to get results for your business, period. We can take your story and tell it to the people you want to reach in a way that compels first-time clients to become repeat customers. We get them through your door so you can do what you were meant to do. Proclaim your sales message to the largest audience of any media company in Douglas County. Brook Communications dominates through the power of 5 radio stations and 541radio.com. Results amplified. Locally owned. Brook Communications.
Bottom of the fourth inning starts out with a called strike for Garrett Zymet as he'll face first baseman Braden Bellum in a tie ball game, 1-1. Count will go to 1-1 after an off-speed pitch misses for Bellum. Bellum 0 for 1 in the game with a strikeout looking back in the first. Pitch outside, the count will go to 2-1. Roseburg Baseball on 1490 The Score is brought to you by Chuck Swarm and Family Auto Repair. Are you ready to go where life takes you? 2-1 delivery. Strike on the inside corner. Makes it a 2-2 count. Try and get you a look at the Garrettson Building Supply scoreboard update through this half inning. 2-2 pitch just outside, and the count goes full. Take a look at the numbers from today's ball game here for Roseburg and see if we can get you some other scores. Swinging, reaching for it. Bellum fouls away a pitch to stay alive with the full count. He got caught reaching at that one. No Roseburg baseball or softball at home today, but check on the rest of the Southwest Conference. That ball lifted left side, but foul. Bellum got around on it. Big-bodied guy with a lot of muscle behind that swing. Fouls out one deep down the left field side. Again, a 3-2 pitch, and he powers it by him. A strikeout yet again for Garrett Zymet. That is number 7 on the day, second against Braden Bellum. One down, and Jet Hood, the catcher, will bat next. Taking a look at the Garrettson Building Supply scoreboard update is a foul ball to start things off for Jet Hood. In today's ball game here, 1 run on 4 hits, no errors for Roseburg. 1 run on 1 hit for Grants Pass, no errors for the Cavemen. The 0-1 is fouled back for strike 2. So Roseburg and Grants Pass tied at 1 in this one here in the bottom of the 4th. The last update we had from the South Medford and South Eugene game was that South Eugene was leading 6-0 in the top of the 4th against South Medford. Ground ball foul again for Grants Pass. That is your Garrettson Building Supply scoreboard update. Building relationships, building projects, building materials. Garrettson Building Supply supporting our Douglas County community for over 90 years. 0-2 pitch again to Hood. He chases a pitch in the dirt, knocked down by 6. He'll throw to first. And there's another strikeout. A Morwell drilling strikeout yet again for Garrett Zymet. 8 in the ball game now. And there's 2 away with nobody on base. Andrew Ide will bat next. The right fielder takes for ball 1. He is 0 for 1 in the contest. Last time up, struck out, swinging in the second. Second time through the lineup here for Grants Pass. The pitch misses low. A 2-0 count now for Zymet. Not sure what Roseburg would have for relief here this half inning. I was going to say that it seems as if maybe Grants Pass starting to foul off a few more pitches. Might be starting to figure out Zymet just a little bit, but he has struck out 2 as he gets a strike on the inside corner. Takes it to a 2-1 count. And that gets a few groans out of the home crowd here at Grants Pass High School. The 2-1 delivery swung on. That ball in the air. Looks like on the infield. Going to stay there for Luke Van Norman at second. And he'll make the play. A 1-2-3 frame for the Roseburg defense as Grants Pass goes down in order. No runs, no hits, no errors. Nobody left on base. We're through 4 innings of play, still 1-1. Who's going to have the offense to pull off a win late in this one? We'll find out as we head to the 5th on CBS Sports Radio 1490 The Score.
It's easy to spot people who participated in high school sports and activities.
Right on time.
They learned important lessons like leadership, teamwork, respect.
Hey, our meeting moved to 10.
We'll be ready.
Values that last a lifetime.
We need to focus on 3 factors.
Support high school sports and activities in your community. When kids take part, they get set for life.
At Brook Communications, our job is to get results for your business, period. We can take your story and tell it to the people you want to reach in a way that compels first-time clients to become repeat customers. We get them through your door so you can do what you were meant to do. Proclaim your sales message to the largest audience of any media company in Douglas County. Brook Communications dominates through the power of 5 radio stations and 541radio.com. Results amplified. Locally owned. Brook Communications.
Through 4 innings, it's knotted at 1 apiece. Grants Pass and Roseburg here on the score. Joey Kieran with you down in Grants Pass. Tonight's game brought to you by Cascade Community Credit Union, belong to Douglas County. First pitch of the 5th inning for Cade King is high and away. He's only at 61 pitches. Pretty good number for him there. This is 1-0 pitch, slapped in the air and out of play by Trevor Muir, leading things off. Struck out looking back in the 3rd for Trevor. So King up at 62 pitches. As I have him at 69 through 4 innings of play. Pitch outside. Count will go to 2-1 for Trevor Muir. Out of the windup, King delivers a fastball, and it's low. 3 balls, 1 strike now for Muir. Trevor, the sophomore, batting Trevor, the junior, batting .278 coming into the contest. He started out the season real nice, 4 hits in 4 of 5 games for Roseburg. Looking to break out of an 0-for-5 slump. He gets a ball in the air out towards right field, charging in. Andrew Hyde making a diving catch, can't get to it. He'll take a turn and putting on the brakes late. Back to first base goes Trevor Muir, but he breaks out of the 0-for-5 slump with a slap single to right field. A diving attempt by Hyde, he couldn't get to it. Roseburg kind of abusing Andrew Hyde out in right field there. Jet Black going right field for a triple earlier in the game. Now Hyde trying to come in and take away a hit from Trevor Muir. He can't quite get to it in time. And it'll be a leadoff single yet again for Roseburg. They've led off with a base hit in 3 of the 5 innings so far. Squaring to bunt. Luke Van Norman will put it down the first base side. The throw to first gets away. He's safe. And up to second will go Van Norman. Heading to third goes Muir. They're going to send him around third. Heading to the plate. The relay throw is in time. Trevor Muir can't get around the catcher, Jet Hood. At first base, Braden Bellum with a strike to the plate. And so Roseburg commits the first out here in the 5th inning at the plate. But still going all the way to third base goes Van Norman. Van Norman reaches on the error. And so that'll be the first out. Runner at third, 1 away. Top of the lineup, Spencer 6 up to hit. That'll be the first error of the ballgame for either side. 1 run on 5 hits and no errors for Roseburg. For Grants Pass, 1 run on 1 hit, and they now have committed 1 error. That'll be on the pitcher. And now a visit out to the mound for the coaching staff for Grants Pass. Gives us a moment to let you know today's game brought to you by Bimart. Score big at Bimart, where you can get ready for your season for less. So that would be 9-3-2 on the putout of Trevor Muir at home. It had to be perfect on the relay throw, so kudos to Grants Pass on getting it there just in time. Jed Hood blocking the plate perfectly. And the strike from Braden Bellum, the first baseman on the relay throw, was right on target. But Van Norman, reaching on the error, gets all the way around to third. Spencer 6 will step in after the visit to the mound for the Grants Pass coaching staff, and the first pitch misses low and inside. They bring the defense in at the edge of the infield grass with Van Norman at third and just 1 away. The 1-0 for Spencer reaches low, skyrockets one in the air, foul territory, and nobody will be able to get there. Peyton Calabro and Matt Knight, the third baseman and left fielder, both giving chase. 1-1 count now for Spencer 6. Spencer 1 for 2 in the game, had an RBI single in the third, trying to give Roseburg the lead and drive in the Indians' second run of the game. Top of the fifth inning here, tied at 1. Spencer takes outside. The lefty will have a 2-1 count. The middle infielder's backing up the throw back to the mound each and every time. Critical moment in the ball game here. Roseburg with a runner at third with less than 2 outs. Got to take advantage. Spencer's 2-1 pitch outside, up out of the crouch. Hood had to range to his left to get to that one. King's pitch gets away from it. 3 balls and a strike. There's no clear view of the bullpen for Grants Pass, so no idea if anybody's been throwing. Nobody currently throwing in Roseburg's bullpen. 3-1 delivery from Cade King is fouled back. Had the hitter's count. Spencer couldn't get on top of that one. Fouls it into the net behind home, and he's now got a full count. 3 balls, 2 strikes with 1 away. Spencer has at least put the ball in play every time at the plate. That's what you'd like to see here with a runner at third and less than 2 outs. The full count pitch fouled off again out towards the parking lot. Spencer picking up just his second RBI of the season. In that leadoff spot, not a lot of chances to get those, but he's got an opportunity to do it again here. 3-2 pitch. The infield playing in. Second base playing back just a bit. And it's high and away for ball 4. The walk issue, just the second of the game for Cade King. Roseburg with the heart of their lineup coming up. A chance to try and do some damage. Cade King will face Caden Johnson, who is 0 for 2 in the ball game. Caden has that 5-game hit streak on the line. Over that 5-game hit streak for Caden. He's got 4 RBI, a chance to add to it here. First pitch for King. Swung and fouled away. Again, just 1 out here in the top of the 5th inning. Roseburg tied with Grants Pass 1-1. Grants Pass with a run in the first. Roseburg ties it up in the top of the 3rd. Got runners on the corners now. Decent speed out of Spencer 6. Spencer with a stolen base, 2 stolen bases already this year. Luke Van Norman at 3rd. At the plate, Caden Johnson, the throw out towards second. They're going to get Spencer, and staying at 3rd base is Van Norman, so Roseburg doesn't get anything out of it. Caught stealing at second base, Spencer 6, as Jet Hood tosses him out. So 2 down. Van Norman didn't try to take home. At the count, at the plate, it's a 1-1 count. Chopper back to the mound, fielded by King, and the throw to first will get the out. So Roseburg cannot score here in the 5th inning. A leadoff single by Trevor Muir, and they can't cash in after an error as well. Roseburg leaves a man stranded at 3rd. We'll head to the bottom of the 5th, still a 1-1 ball game. Roseburg and Grants Pass getting to the late stages here on CBS Sports Radio, 1490 The Score.
The innocence of youth. Is there anything any better? But soon they'll be in high school and facing all the same challenges you faced. How to make friends, how to fit in, how to be cool. We want our children to have everything they'll need to live fulfilling and productive lives. Make sure the kids in your family are among the more than 120,000 participants here in Oregon who take part in high school sports or activities.
Looking for more local sports coverage? CBS Sports Radio 1490 The Score has you covered. Check out our homepage at 541radio.com for sports stories, scores, and podcasts. And follow us on social media. 1490 The Score is on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. And take the station with you wherever you go with the 541 Radio app. Download the app in your smartphone's app store and get access to a live stream of the station, sports stories, podcasts, and easy messaging with the station and others.
Oh, a scoring chance Goes unrealized for Roseburg in the top of the 5th inning. They're still tied with Grants Pass 1-1 as we head to the bottom of the 5th. Roseburg baseball brought to you by DC Farmers Co-op, where everyone's welcome to shop. Still Garrett Zymet there out on the mound as Matt Knight, the lefty, will lead things off here in the 5th. Knight and Andrew Medley do up the 8 and 9 hitters. And that'll round out the second time through the lineup for Grants Pass. Neither team utilizing the bullpen yet. If they do, make a call to the pen. It's always brought to you by Shelby and Migulena Construction. Zymet's first pitch called for a strike. Getting his pitch count getting up there just a little bit, but he continues to pepper the strike zone. Against the lefty, ground ball left side. Keeped it on the infield, did Caden Johnson. It's going to be a leadoff single there for Matt Knight. Just the second hit of the day for Grants Pass. And it leads things off here in the 5th inning to put the go-ahead runner on base. Johnson knocks it down to keep it on the infield. Zach Mandera at third. Couldn't move quick enough to get to the ball. Right at him there as he was playing in. He'll play even further in now with Andrew Medley at the plate, trying to stop the sacrifice bunt. Mandera will get it, and the sacrifice bunt moves the runner into scoring position. So Medley lays down your pretty much textbook sack bunt. 5-3 the put out, one away. Up to second base goes Matt Knight. Zymet now will face the top of the lineup here. Scoring chance here for Grants Pass. Sean Tobin leads it off. He is 0 for 1 at the top of the lineup with a walk and a strikeout. He scored the only run of the game for Grants Pass so far. Looked like he was rearing up to take a big cut at the first pitch, but he takes a breaking ball that misses inside for a 1-0 count. Zymet out of the stretch, delivers that ball off the handle high in the air. Spencer Six chasing it down behind home. He's all over the place, but he'll make the catch. Boy, if you could track his footsteps on that one and follow the map of where he ran around, that would have been pretty interesting. That ball, and the wind has been swirling down there on the field, and that ball was all over the place. But Spencer Six behind the plate, a great job tracking it down to get underneath it. 2 down, and that was a big out for Roseburg as a pitch in the dirt. Breaking ball misses for ball 1 against Colby Dinkle. Batting with 2 outs and a man at second base here in the 5th inning. Tie ball game 1-1. I was thinking the Family Circus cartoons, if you could track all the steps that Spencer Six took, boy, he was all over the place. Ground ball left side, backhanded by Johnson. He'll throw to first. No, he hangs on to it. They throw to third. Back to the bag safely goes Knight. That likely saves a run there by keeping that ball on the infield by Johnson. Backhanding it deep in the hole at short. And now there's runners on the corners with 2 down. Roseburg needs 1 more out to get out of it. But Grants Pass is threatening with 2 away. That has been 2 ground balls that have not left the artificial turf on the infield. And a visit out to the mound for pitching coach Richie Charles. Mention again that if they make a call to the pen, it's always brought to you by Shelby and Migulena Construction, your local leaders for any project, big or small, 30 years of quality, affordable work. Call Shelby and Migulena or visit their website, webuildhouses.com. Roseburg, a quick look at the bullpen, does have an arm throwing. And for Roseburg, I believe that is Austin Anderson, the transfer from Glide that is down there throwing, right-hander. He's not been with the team. At least he wasn't there on Saturday against North Medford, dealing with the flu. So making his way back here, but he's getting loose in the bullpen. Good sign for Roseburg to be able to have him back and available. Heart of the lineup coming up here for Grants Pass. So Roseburg going to have to try and pitch out of some danger. 2 away, they only need the 1 out. Peyton Calabro will step in. 3rd time through the lineup now for the Cavemen, and the pitch outside to lead things off. Zymet trying to get through his 5th inning of work. He's thrown 4 in 2 innings so far. 4 2/3 innings. The 1-0 pitch to Calabro. Breaking ball inside, misses for a 2-0 count. Calabro had a single back in the first to drive in the go-ahead run. Slaps out one right side foul, getting out of play. Wind maybe blowing in from left field now, as it does seem like it swirls down there on the field. 2-1 pitch from Zymet. Breaking ball called for a strike 2. Much needed strike there for Zymet as the youngster tries to work through the 5th and keep this a tie ball game. At first base is Colby Dinkle. Matt Knight at third, 2 away. At the plate is Peyton Calabro. 3-hitter in the lineup. Gets a ball in the air out towards Jet Black. Came in at first, now on the run, and Jet will collect it in the right field alley. The center fielder underneath it for the final out. Might have taken a bit of an odd angle to start on it, but he is able to get underneath it as that ball carries just a bit too much. And Roseburg avoids giving up the lead as the defense comes up with the stop. Still tied at 1 as we go to the 6th. Going to be a close finish in this one. Stay with us, folks. It's Roseburg Baseball online at 541radio.com and on CBS Sports Radio, 1490 The Score.
Looking for more local sports coverage? CBS Sports Radio 1490 The Score has you covered. Check out our homepage at 541radio.com for sports stories, scores, and podcasts. And follow us on social media. 1490 The Score is on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. And take the station with you wherever you go with the 541 Radio app. Download the app in your smartphone's app store and get access to a live stream of the station, sports stories, podcasts, and easy messaging with the station and others.
It's easy to spot people who participated in high school sports and activities.
Right on time.
They learned important lessons like leadership, teamwork, respect.
Hey, our meeting moved to 10.
We'll be ready.
Values that last a lifetime.
We need to focus on 3 factors.
Support high school sports and activities in your community. When kids take part, they get set for life.
Now pitching for the Cavemen, number 18, Braden Bellum.
Call to the pen, brought to you by Shelby and Migulana Construction. For the Grants Pass Cavemen, now pitching, Braden Bellum will take over. And Cade King will go to first as they make a clean switch between the two. So King's day is done. Bellum will take over. And he will face Doran Gillespie to start. Gillespie first pitch swinging, fouls it away. So the day done for Cade King. He goes for 5 innings. Gave up the 1 run. And had a pretty nice strikeout total in the ballgame. We'll get you all the numbers here in just a second. The 0-1 for Gillespie takes for strike 2. The 0-2 pitch coming up. Doran on the day, 0 for 2. With a pop out and a strikeout. He flew out to center field back in the first. The 0-2 pitch from Bellum. Low for ball 1. Sixth inning here. Tie ball game between Roseburg and Grants Pass. 1-1 score. It's been a pitcher's duel. Now we make the move to the bullpen for at least one side. 1-2 delivery from Bellum. Gillespie rips it into left field. That'll drop in for a base knock. Coming in to get it is Knight. And Gillespie will get his first hit of the day. Single to left field and a man on for Roseburg. Start off against the new pitcher. Zach Mandera will stand in with 1 on and nobody out. Final numbers here for Cade King. 5 innings work, gave up 5 hits, 1 run. It was earned, 2 walks and 6 strikeouts. Braden Bellum takes over, and King moving to first after the call to the pin, brought to you by Shelby and Migulena Construction. Zach Mandera takes a breaking ball outside, and his first pitch from the new man on the mound. Mandera 1 for 2 on the day with a single in the second, struck out looking in the fourth. Bellum will come set, working out of the stretch. Mandera takes low for ball 2. Braden Bellum, senior. So an arm that Gillespie and Mandera, these guys have seen him before during the high school season. 2-0 pitch, misses low again, and the count goes full. Or excuse me, goes to 3-0, not full yet. 3-0 though. Zach, you likely expect that he'll be taking all the way here as he steps onto that inside corner of the plate. Bellum's 3-0 pitch. Strike one. Mandera was ready to head to first. The umpire brings him back. 3 balls and a strike now. Zach looking for a good pitch he can drive with Gillespie on at first. Bellum delivers. And it is another strike. That was a good one. Count will go full. 3 balls, 2 strikes for Zach. Out at first, Gillespie with a lead. The pitch. Ground ball left side. That's got a chance to get through. Knocked down at short. No, it gets into left field. Diving attempt out of Tobin at short. Couldn't get the glove on it. It was quickly backed up by the left fielder, Knight. And that's back-to-back singles to left field for Roseburg against Braden Bellum. And the Indians trying to attack here in the 6th. Add 2 more hits to their totals. Roseburg now with 7 hits against the Cavemen here in the ballgame. Runners at first and second. And Jet Black, the center fielder, will bat. He had a triple back in the 4th his last time up. Quick visit to the mound for Jet Hood, the catcher, to talk with the new pitcher. Roseburg again had Austin Anderson throwing in the bullpen for them. We'll see if he makes his takes his time out on the field. Squaring to bunt is Jet. He'll take the first pitch for a strike. Roseburg with runners at first and second. Nobody out here in the top of the 6th inning. Late stages of this ball game, tied at 1. Roseburg trying to move to 3-0 in conference play. The 0-1 pitch. Jet bunts, and it is fouled away. Popped it up behind home. So Jet now with an 0-2 count, looking for an RBI for this season. Jet Black, just 1 RBI. Excuse me, no, he's got 8. I was looking at the wrong column. 8 RBI this season. The 0-2 pitch coming. Bellum taking a look at second. Fires in. Off speed. Got him looking. So the strikeout first of the inning.
Now batting number 9.
Grants Pass continues to find the plays they need in these clutch moments, and Roseburg has not been able to come up with the clutch hit to try and regain the, or to try and take the lead. Roseburg has not led in this contest. Bellum set. Gillespie at second. Mandera at first. At the plate. Pitch high and inside against Jace Stoffel. Stoffel 0 for 1 on the day. Drew a walk back in the 4th. 1-1 ball game between Roseburg and Grants Pass. Chase takes a strike inside corner at the knees. Roseburg, by a vote of the conference coaches, picked to finish first in the Southwest Conference this year, along with South Eugene. They both earned 3 first-place votes. Grants Pass, part of a second-tier group. Breaking ball low and outside to Stoffel, a 2-1 count. A lot of returners, though, and out to an 8-3 start on the year for Grants Pass. Could start to expect some big things out of this team. And they have put up quite the battle here against Roseburg today at a 1-1 ball game so far. 2 balls and a strike now against Stoffel here as Bellum, with runners at first and second and 1 away, delivers. It's high, and that's ball 3. 3 balls and a strike. Stoffel can be selective, but looking for something that he can drive, try and see if he can bring in the go-ahead run for Roseburg. Stoffel leads the team with 9 RBI. He puts this one over the top of the second baseman. Gillespie up to third. They're going to send him around and misplayed in right field. Ide won't get it back in time, and Roseburg takes the lead. Long grass in the outfield. Ide, he had it in his glove, but kind of just couldn't get it up off the turf. Don't think it was going to change the effect, so it'll be a base knock and a run in off the single by Jace Stoffel, picking up his 10th RBI of the year. Scoring from second was Gillespie. Up to second base goes Mandera, and Roseburg's on top, 2-1. Top of the 6th inning. Now batting. Mason Littlefield fouling off the first pitch. Littlefield is 1 for 2 in the game. He reached in the third and came around to score Roseburg's game-tying run. The first of the day for Roseburg. Roseburg leading for the first time as a breaking ball misses outside. The count goes 1-1 now for Mason Littlefield. Indians in front, 2-1. Again, mentioned trying to go to 3-0 in conference play, 6-3 overall if they can get the win. The 1-1 pitch to Littlefield goes off the edge of the glove for Hood. He tried to frame it on the outside corner, didn't get the pitch call, and then missed the ball, and both runners move up. Pass ball putting Mandera at third, and Stoffel advancing 90 feet to second. So the pass ball putting 2 runners in scoring position. Mason Littlefield with a 2-1 count at the plate against reliever Braden Bellum. Infield comes into play with just 1 out. Littlefield puts it in the air, but foul. And that'll even up the count, 2 balls and 2 strikes. Roseburg taking a lead here in the top of the 6th. After sweeping North Medford on Saturday, they got a chance to go to 3-0 and get a nice jump on the rest of the conference if they can pull off the win here. 2-2 pitch from Bellum. Outside with his breaking ball. The count goes full. Temperature was at 55 a little bit into this one. I'm curious if it's still at that. My phone's going to probably say it is. Sure feels a lot chillier than that, although the sun is shining, so we are grateful for that. And my phone still says 55, so I'll have to believe it. That wind is what really cools it down here. 3 balls, 2 strikes with 1 away. Littlefield stands in. He hits this one in the air out towards center field. Going back, now coming in on it, and it's dropped in center field. 1 run will come in to score. Going to third. And out at third base is Stoffel. And he's limping. He decided not to slide. And now he seems to be making his way to the dugout. No problem. 2 away. Stoffel thrown out at third. But scoring was Zach Mandera on the error by the center fielder, Andrew Medley. So an error puts Littlefield on at first. Second out of the inning was made at third. And 1 run came in to score. So 2 runs in here in the 6th inning. Roseburg leads 3-1. 2 down with a man on at first. Man on at second. First pitch was a strike now to Trevor Muir, the DH. He reaches low for 1, fouls it off. So quickly to an 0-2 count now against Trevor Muir. Roseburg up by 2 runs. A little bit of insurance for him here late. The 0-2, ground ball, chopper through the middle of the infield on the left side, fielded by Tobin. His throw to first, dug out at first by Cade King to finish off the top of the 6th inning. Roseburg does some damage. Felt like they could have done a little bit more, but they get 2, and they lead 3-1. We go to the bottom of the 6th inning with Roseburg in front for the first time today. This is Roseburg Baseball on 541radio.com and on CBS Sports Radio 1490 The Score.
At Brook Communications, our job is to get results for your business, period. We can take your story and tell it to the people you want to reach in a way that compels first-time clients to become repeat customers. We get them through your door so you can do what you were meant to do. Proclaim your sales message to the largest audience of any media company in Douglas County. Brook Communications dominates through the power of 5 radio stations and 541radio.com. Results amplified. Locally owned. Brook Communications.
It's easy to spot people who participated in high school sports and activities.
Right on time.
They learned important lessons like leadership, teamwork, respect.
Hey, our meeting moved to 10.
We'll be ready.
Values that last a lifetime.
We need to focus on 3 factors.
Support high school sports and activities in your community. When kids take part, they get set for life.
We go to the bottom of the 6th inning. It'll be Garrett Zimet to start out on the mound for Roseburg as the Indians now give their sophomore starting pitcher a little bit of room to work with. On top 3-1 after 2 runs there in the top of the 6th inning. Leading things off for Grants Pass will be Cade King, Braden Bellum, and Jet Hood. King stands in 0 for 1 today with a walk and a flyout. He takes the first pitch in the dirt for a 1-0 count. Roseburg Baseball is brought to you by Good Vibration, solutions for home theater and automotive audio. You can feel it at Good Vibes. Out of the windup for Zimet is 1-0 pitch over the heart of the plate. Elevated strike for a 1-1 count. Zimet working his way into the 80s on his pitch count here. The 1-1 delivery. Outside breaking ball. Misses low for a 2-1 count. So Roseburg now 6 outs away from picking up a road win in conference play. The 2-1. Underneath it for King, out towards center. Jet tracking underneath it for the out. Second fly out to center field for King on the day. Leads off the 6th inning with an out. Got to imagine the wind out there making life interesting for these outfielders. You saw Andrew Medley misplaying a fly ball to center field that looked pretty routine. Jets had to have some issues tracking down balls as well. First pitch misses to Braden Bellum, who has now come in as the pitcher after moving from first base. Bellum will take another one, and it misses for a 2-0 count. Bellum is 0 for 2 with a pair of strikeouts against Garrett Zimet. Third time through the lineup here for Grants Pass. That ball sharply hit third base side, but foul. Count moves to 2-1 now for Zimet. The 2-1 pitch. Strike 2 on the outside corner. The bats have just been stifled here today for Grants Pass. The 2-2. Swinging, reaching for it. Bellum staying alive. He got kind of fooled on that one. Was reaching after the breaking ball with the 2 strikes against him. The 2-2 delivery from Zimet in the dirt. Still has some pop on the glove there for Spencer Six. So late in the ball game here, getting the pitch count up, and Zimet still seeming to have some zip on the ball as he toes that artificial turf mound. He'll rock and fire. The 3-2 is high and inside for ball 4. Zimet issued a couple of walks early in the game, but that is his first since the first inning. He did also bean a hitter back in the third. And we're going to have a courtesy runner into the game for the pitcher, Braden Bellum. It is Dante Haven who will come in to courtesy run once again. He did so for Cade King back in the first inning and does so now for Braden Bellum. First pitch in the at-bat now for Jet Hood misses. 1-0 count. So Roseburg with 2 runs there in the top of the 6th inning, taking advantage of some miscues by Grants Pass. They're trying to hang on to it here, but Zymet missing high and inside for a 2-0 count. And now I think the action's starting to get a little bit more heated and dialed in the bullpen for Austin Anderson, who's currently throwing. Zymet trying to get through the 6th, and I imagine he was probably going to give way to the bullpen for the 7th, but see if he can make it through this 6th inning. 1 away, the 2-0 pitch, fouled back. Zymet does get his first strike here against Jet Hood. Hood is 0 for 2 in the game, a comebacker in the 1st inning, only time he put the ball in play so far. 2-1 delivery, fouled back again, and Zymet staying on these Grants Pass hitters, challenging them with practically every pitch. Again, the first start of the season for Garrett Zymet. He's been a reliever in every other appearance. His 2-2 pitch, breaking ball, pulled towards third but foul. And Kevin Schaefer, the head coach for Grants Pass in that third coach box, he able to barehand that one. The cold not affecting him. He's still got the hands down there. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Zymet delivers. Ground ball right back to Coach Schaefer again. That time couldn't field it cleanly. Zymet challenging Jet Hood, the catcher for Grants Pass, but he's been challenging right back, trying to dial one in. The 2-2 delivery. Back to the netting. And this is a battle here. It has been, he's fouled off the last 3. So it's probably been at least about a 7-pitch at bat, or close to that. Ball inside again, fouled away third base side. He went chasing after the inside off-speed pitch. Obviously got well around on it, fouling it off the Cyclone fence in front of the Grants Pass dugout. And the count stays at 2-2. The battle continues. Zymet set, kicks and delivers, pulls it third base side. It goes by Zach Mandera into left field. Up with it, the runner will hold at second as Littlefield will get it back in safely. A single after a long battle between Jet Hood and Garrett Zymet puts runners at first and second with 1 away. Diving attempt at third by Mandera. He couldn't get a glove on it. And Haven will move to second, Hood on at first. Just the 4th hit of the ball game for Grants Pass, and I think that might just do it here for Garrett Zymet. A very big battle there for him. Could not come out on the right side of it, but he has got the lead if this is it for him. And that's all you can ask from the young pitcher making his first start of this season. Richie Charles out there to have a conversation with Zymet and 6. Austin Anderson throwing in the bullpen. While we've got a moment, let you know today's game brought to you by Mahalo Heating and Cooling. Your best choice for the finest indoor comfort control. Call them today at 672-6707. Well, the outing will continue for Garrett Zymet. With 1 out and 2 runners on and a 3-1 lead right now, they'll leave Zymet in as he'll face Andrew Ide. The right fielder is 0 for 2. Zymet will try to get an out here, see if they can roll a double play. The first pitch to Ide, low for ball 1. Roseburg had their big moment in the ball game in the top half of this inning here in the 6th. Now Grants Pass feeling like they may have theirs as the ball fouled away by Ide when chasing a high inside pitch right up around the chin. Somehow got the bat on it, fouls it back behind home. Roseburg was able to cash in for 2 runs in the top of the 6th. Here in the bottom of the 6th, Grants Pass trying to even it back up. The 1-1, a strike at the knees. Ide flew out to second baseman Luke Van Norman his last time up. The 1-2. Puts this one in the air, not very deep. It's going to go out to right field. Gillespie coming in to get it. He'll catch and sends it back in to Van Norman to hold the runners. And a big second out there for Zymet. And up next will be Matt Knight, the left fielder, and that's probably going to do it right there. They asked Zymet to get one more out, and he does just that. He gets Andrew Ide, and there's 2 down for the reliever, Austin Anderson, who will come in to try and get the final 4 outs of this ball game and get Roseburg to a 3-0 conference record. We're going to go ahead and take the break as it's a call to the pen brought to you by Shelby and Migulanda Construction, your local leaders for any project, big or small. 30 years of quality, affordable work. Call Shelby and Migulanda or visit their website, webuildhouses.com. 60-second break and come back with more of this ball game between Roseburg and Grants Pass. The Indians lead 3-1 on CBS Sports Radio, 1490 The Score.
What rhymes with great?
Participate.
Where does greatness start? Here, in the classroom. On the stage.
In the pool. On the field.
Where will your greatness take you?
To better grades.
To more friends.
Be great.
Participate.
At Brook Communications, our job is to get results for your business, period. We can take your story and tell it to the people you want to reach in a way that compels first-time clients to become repeat customers. We get them through your door so you can do what you were meant to do. Proclaim your sales message to the largest audience of any media company in Douglas County. Brook Communications dominates through the power of 5 radio stations and 541radio.com. Results amplified. Locally owned. Brook Communications.
Well, we come back here at Grants Pass High School. I mentioned I thought it was going to be Austin Anderson that takes over. It'll be Jet Black who will stand in as a reliever. He comes in from center field to take over. Garrett Zymet will stay in the game, and he does move to right field. Doran Gillespie will move to center. And Jet will face the lefty, Matt Knight, who swings and misses at the first pitch. 0-1 count. Ground ball up the middle, slowly rolls towards short. Going to first, Johnson, throw, not in time. Johnson can't believe it as he squats in the middle of the infield. His throw just a half step behind Matt Knight. The lefty beats it out. An infield single, and the bases are loaded with 2 away. Would have finished off the inning. So 2 down and bases loaded. Big moment here. Jet Black in relief, trying to keep it a 2-run lead for Roseburg. It'll be the 9-hitter Andrew Medley. They call him Ahmed, apparently. Getting his name cheered out by the home crowd. Takes the first pitch low from Jet. Jet Black on the season. He's thrown 10 innings of work. His 1-0 pitch misses inside for a 2-0 count. On the season, 10 innings. He's pitched in 3 games, made 1 start. He's got an 0-1 record, 4.9 ERA. That ball in the air out towards center field. Gillespie going back on the run, and Doran will wrap it up there as he makes the catch for the final out, and Roseburg avoids giving up the lead. Jet Black on in relief, gets the out he needs after giving up a single. Roseburg hangs on to the 3-1 lead as they go to the 7th inning, looking to add some insurance. Roseburg on top by 2 here on CBS Sports Radio, 1490 The Score.
It's easy to spot people who participated in high school sports and activities.
Right on time.
They learned important lessons like leadership, teamwork, respect.
Hey, our meeting moved to 10.
We'll be ready.
Values that last a lifetime.
We need to focus on 3 factors.
Support high school sports and activities in your community. When kids take part, they get set for life.
At Brook Communications, our job is to get results for your business, period. We can take your story and tell it to the people you want to reach in a way that compels first-time clients to become repeat customers. We get them through your door so you can do what you were meant to do. Proclaim your sales message to the largest audience of any media company in Douglas County. Brook Communications dominates through the power of 5 radio stations and 541radio.com. Results amplified. Locally owned. Brook Communications.
Number 12, Luke Van Norman.
Roseburg baseball leading 3-1 over Grants Pass. Joey Keyran here with you. Today's game brought to you by Flyaway Travel. Contact their travel experts for your travel plans. Now located at 1445 West Harvard Avenue, or give them a call at 672-5701. Leading things off for Roseburg, Luke Van Norman facing Braden Bellum, the reliever who has come on from first base to pitch. He gets a swing and a miss out of Van Norman, who is 0 for 2 in the game, reached on an error in the 5th inning. The 0-1 pitch. Bellum gets another strike outside corner to the lefty. That 5th inning was an inning that looked like Roseburg had a chance to put up some runs, but got thrown out at the plate and also got caught stealing in that inning, left a man standing at third. The 0-2 pitch from Bellum. Fouled off. Van Norman stays alive. Oh, 0-2 pitch coming up. Bellum pitches in, and it's in the dirt for ball 1. Bellum trying to get the first out, keep his team within striking distance here. A 3-1 or a 1-2 pitch with a 3-1 lead. It's called strike 3. Van Norman frozen at the plate, lets it go by, and he goes down with his second strikeout of the game. And for Braden Bellum, that is his second punch out in an inning and a third. Spencer Six will step in next, another left-handed batter for Roseburg. One away, top of the order here. Six will swing and miss out of breaking ball. The 0-1. One pitch coming up here. Six goes to a knee as he cuts through. Can't connect. Spencer is 1 for 2 in the game. Drew a walk his last time up, but was caught stealing back in that 5th inning. The 1-2 delivery. This time he gets a load, hold to one, out towards center field, backing up. Andrew Medley underneath it will make the catch. Second fly out to center field for Spencer Six. He's been on the screws with it, but just right to the center fielder for a routine fly ball. 2 down, and up next it'll be Caden Johnson. His 5-game hit streak is on the line. More importantly, he would like to keep the inning going to see if Roseburg could add some runs, leading 3-1. First pitch misses for a 1-0 count. Pitch outside, and it'll go to 2-0. Two balls, no strikes with 2 down here in the top of the 7th inning. Ball fouled back by Johnson. His first strike of the at-bat. Braden Bellum trying to go 1-2-3 here in the 7th and see if he can keep this one close. Right now the deciding factor in the 6th inning. Roseburg 2 runs to take the 3-1 lead. The 2-1 pitch, swing and a miss. Inside pitch, couldn't catch up to it. Johnson down to his final strike. Trying to keep the inning going, see if Roseburg can add anything. Got handcuffed a bit, that one into center field. Shallow. Medley will come in to make the catch, though, and that'll wrap it up. So Caden Johnson looks like his 5-game hit streak will come to an end. But for Roseburg, they've got a chance to try and finish this one out and get a big win on the road. We'll see if they can do it as we go to the bottom of the 7th. Jet Black out to try and close it out and pick up the first save of the season for Roseburg. 3-1 our score. This is Roseburg Baseball on 541radio.com and on CBS Sports Radio 1490 The Score.
The innocence of youth. Is there anything any better? But soon they'll be in high school and facing all the same challenges you faced. How to make friends, how to fit in, how to be cool. We want our children to have everything they'll need to live fulfilling and productive lives. Make sure the kids in your family are among the more than 120,000 participants here in Oregon who take part in high school sports or activities.
Looking for more local sports coverage? CBS Sports Radio 1490 The Score has you covered. Check out our homepage at 541radio.com for sports stories, scores, and podcasts. And follow us on social media. 1490 The Score is on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. And take the station with you wherever you go with the 541 Radio app. Download the app in your smartphone's app store and get access to a live stream of the station, sports stories, podcasts, and easy messaging with the station and others.
Bottom of the 7th inning, Roseburg trying to hang on for a 3-1 win on the road against Grants Pass. They hold the 2-run lead. A 2-0 count at the plate for the leadoff man, Sean Tobin, against Jet Black, who gets a strike across. Jet came in the 6th inning, pitched a third of an inning to get Roseburg out of things in the half inning and hold on to their 2-run lead. But Jet falling behind here against the leadoff man, Sean Tobin. 3 balls, 1 strike the count. And the pitch low for ball 4. So a leadoff walk brings the game-tying run to the plate.
Now batting number 13, Colby Dinkle.
Colby Dinkle will stand in. He had a single in the 5th. Dinkle 1 for 2. Had a single. It was stopped on the infield by Caden Johnson, but couldn't make a play deep in the hole. First pitch. Puts the ball in the air out towards center, having to charge in and able to make up the distance. Doran Gillespie will make the catch for the first out. 2 outs away now from the win for Roseburg. Gillespie going back at first. They always say your first step. It's not a bad thing to be going back on your first step, but with the way things have been going, that wind maybe knocking that down, I was worried that Gillespie might not get there in time. He looked a little panicked for a moment as he was sprinting in, but he easily makes the catch in center field. 1 away, Tobin still at first. Peyton Calabro, the third baseman, will hit next. He fouls off the first pitch down the right side and out of play. Calabro 1 for 3 on the day. He had a single in the first, out into shallow center field. Jet Black, the 0-1 pitch. Out of the stretch, he kicks and fires. Breaking ball, fought off, goes right side between first and second. Zymet will come in and get it as the ball dies in the grass. Second hit of the game for Peyton Calabro. First and second, the game-tying run is on base.
21, Cade King.
This is a save opportunity for Jet. Came in the 6th with the lead of no more than 3 runs, so he's got an opportunity to try and get a save. Zymet get the win, and Roseburg improved to 3-0 on the year in conference play. But they need 2 more outs in the game-tying runs at first base. The game-winning run is at the plate now as Cade King will bat. Jets' first pitch. Too far outside for ball 1. King has the size and the frame to be a guy that could, as you assume, maybe in the inning with 1 swing of the bat, so got to be careful here. King on the day is 0 for 2, though. Walked in the first inning. He takes high. And the count goes to 2-0. Just one out. Roseburg looking for that magic double play ball to end this one quickly. A 2-0 pitch from Jet. It's too high again, and the count goes to 3-0. The cleanup hitter, Cade King, way ahead in the at-bat. Can Jet get one across for a strike, or does he put the game-winning run at first? A 3-0 pitch. He does get one across, called for strike one. So now King looking to challenge here against Jet. Black will get the signal from 6 and comes set. The 3-1 pitch. Strike on the inside corner at the knees to take it to a full count. Black will need one more as he gets ready to fire into 6. Runners at first and second take their lead. The 3-2 pitch, ground ball towards third. It's picked up. They go to second for one. First, got him! Game over. Roseburg wins. It wasn't the prettiest double play you'll see, but the Indians knock it down as they will take this one on the road against Grants Pass. Mandera to Van Norman to Stoffel will finish it here as Roseburg wins 3-1 over Grants Pass. A stellar pitching performance on both sides here today, but the Indians get the win. 3 runs on 8 hits, no errors for Roseburg, for Grants Pass. 1 run on 6 hits, 2 errors for the Cavemen. We'll come back to wrap this one up for you from Grants Pass High School as the Indians win to go to 6-3 on the season and 3-0 in conference play. Have all the details when we return after this 2-minute break. This is Roseburg Baseball on 541radio.com and on CBS Sports Radio 1490 The Score.
Looking for more local sports coverage? CBS Sports Radio 1490 The Score has you covered. Check out our homepage at 541radio.com for sports stories, scores, and podcasts. And follow us on social media. 1490 The Score is on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. And take the station with you wherever you go with the 541 Radio app. Download the app in your smartphone's app store and get access to a live stream of the station, sports stories, podcasts, and easy messaging with the station and others.
It's easy to spot people who participated in high school sports and activities.
Right on time.
They learned important lessons like leadership, teamwork, respect.
Hey, our meeting moved to 10.
We'll be ready.
Values that last a lifetime.
We need to focus on 3 factors.
Support high school sports and activities in your community. When kids take part, they get set for life.
At Brook Communications, our job is to get results for your business, period. We can take your story and tell it to the people you want to reach in a way that compels first-time clients to become repeat customers. We get them through your door so you can do what you were meant to do. Proclaim your sales message to the largest audience of any media company in Douglas County. Brook Communications dominates through the power of 5 radio stations and 541radio.com. Results amplified. Locally owned. Brook Communications.
The innocence of youth. Is there anything any better? But soon they'll be in high school and facing all the same challenges you faced. How to make friends, how to fit in, how to be cool. We want our children to have everything they'll need to live fulfilling and productive lives. Make sure the kids in your family are among the more than 120,000 participants here in Oregon who take part in high school sports or activities.
Back here at Grants Pass High School where the Roseburg Indians prevail on the road, taking down the Grants Pass Cavemen 3-1, your final score. Joey Kieran here with you as we bring you the Roseburg Disposal post-game show. Let them make the run to the ump for you. That's Roseburg Disposal. Call them at 673-7122. Now, a big win on the road for the Roseburg Indians. They fall behind 1-0 in the first inning. Then Roseburg gets a run in the top of the third to tie it up on a RBI single by Spencer Six. And Roseburg finally able to cash in the 6th inning after having The 4th and the 5th, runners in scoring position that they can't bring around to score. In the 6th, they finally push across a couple of runs. One run coming on an RBI single by Jay Stoffel, and the other coming on an error by center fielder Andrew Medley. And Roseburg, the 2 runs there, good enough to get them the win as they hang on for a 3-1 victory. Great pitching performance tonight from Garrett Zymet, who goes to 2-0 on the year. Jet Black made it a little interesting later on, but he hangs on to get this save, his first of the season. And the Roseburg Indians will go to 3-0 in conference play, and they go to 6-3 overall on the year. Grants Pass falls to 8-4 on the year and 0-1 in Southwest Conference play. Big win there for Roseburg. It's going to be a busy week for Grants Pass as they've got a doubleheader tomorrow and a doubleheader on Saturday, all conference games. So going to be a busy week, and they, unfortunately for the Cavemen, started out on the wrong foot. But for Roseburg, a win there. Now they get ready for a road doubleheader on Saturday coming up at South Medford. We'll have more details about what's coming up and on today's ballgame, but let's go ahead and take another quick break here in the Roseburg Disposal post-game show. When we come back, we'll run through all the numbers for you and get you your final look at the Garrettson Building Supplies scoreboard update. So stay tuned for that. Plus, here in the post-game show, we've got the South River Community Health Center Player of the Game to announce, so we'll get to that. Roseburg Baseball has been brought to you by Pepsi and Bigfoot Beverages, Fisher's Hearth and Home, our friends at Chuck Swarm and Family Auto Repair, and by Mart. We'll go ahead and take a quick 2-minute break. When we come back, we will take a look at all the details from today's ball game. I'm Joey Kieran. This is the Roseburg Disposal Postgame Show. The Indians win 3-1 here on CBS Sports Radio, 1490 The Score.
Hey there, sports fans. Thanks for watching this local sporting event online at 541radio.com. Did you know there's more than one way to watch games online? You can watch games on your laptop or desktop computer, your tablet, or even your smartphone just by going to 541radio.com. But we also use YouTube to stream all of our video broadcasts, which means you could be watching this game on your big screen TV with a number of different streaming devices. You can stream our live YouTube broadcast through your PlayStation or Xbox gaming device or through streaming devices like Google Chromecast, Apple TV, or Roku. There's plenty of ways to follow this live local sporting event. Plus, you can find past events archived on 1490 The Score's YouTube channel. Find us on YouTube and subscribe today to keep up with the latest in local sports coverage. Stay tuned for more Roseburg basketball on 541radio.com.
It's easy to spot people who participated in high school sports and activities.
Right on time.
They learned important lessons like leadership, teamwork, respect.
Hey, our meeting moved to 10.
We'll be ready.
Values that last a lifetime.
We need to focus on 3 factors.
Support high school sports and activities in your community. When kids take part, they get set for life.
What rhymes with great?
Participate.
Where does greatness start? Here, in the classroom. On the stage.
In the pool. On the field.
Where will your greatness take you?
To better grades.
To more friends.
Yeah! Be great.
Participate!
Big road win for the Roseburg Indians as they take down Grants Pass 3-1 here today at Grants Pass High School. Joey Kieran with you. Josh Nelson here helping out with the video production. Back in the studio running the video production there. running the radio production, Chance Terrell. Thanks, everybody, for tuning in. This is the Roseburg Disposal postgame show. Taking a look at your final look at the numbers. Your Garrettson Building Supply scoreboard update. On the scoreboard, 3 runs on 8 hits for Roseburg. No errors today for the Indians. For Grants Pass, 1 run on 6 hits. They committed 2 errors. Grants Pass took a 1-0 lead in the first inning, but shut out the rest of the way. Roseburg tied the game with a run in the third and 2 runs in the sixth to take the lead for good. Picking up the win today is Garrett Zymet, as the sophomore improves to 2-0 on the year. Zymet came in, he threw 5 2/3 innings, gave up 5 hits, 1 run. It was earned, 2 walks, and 6 strikeouts. Excuse me, that is the wrong side of things. Zymet goes 5 2/3 innings, gave up 4 hits, 1 run. It was earned, 3 walks, and 8 strikeouts for Garrett Zymet. Jet Black came on in relief for Roseburg, picked up the save. He threw 1 1/3 innings, gave up 2 hits, no runs, 1 walk, no strikeouts. On the other side, taking the loss, it'll be Cade King, 5 innings work, gave up 5 hits, 1 run, it was earned, 2 walks, and 6 strikeouts. Braden Bellum came in, and Bellum, that was in the 6th inning. Bellum actually is the one that takes the loss in this one. I said Cade King earlier. Bellum takes the loss. He gave up 2 runs in this one, 1 earned, but that was the go-ahead run. He didn't walk anybody, he struck out 2, but he takes the loss after Cade King leaves the game with it tied. So it's actually Braden Bellum that gets the loss in this one instead of the starter, Cade King. Taking a look at some of your offensive numbers from this one here tonight as Roseburg gets the victory. 8 hits in the game for the Indians. And leading the way with 2 hits in the game, Zach Mandera goes 2 for 3 with a run scored. RBIs on the day for Spencer 6, 1 for 3. He also had a walk. Jay Stoffel goes 1 for 2 with an RBI and a walk. 1 for 3 for Mason Littlefield with an RBI as well. And Trevor Muir goes 1 for 3. Doran Gillespie 1 for 3 as Roseburg collects 8 hits in the ballgame. 6 hits on the other side for Grants Pass. 1 for Colby Dinkle, 2 for Peyton Calabro, 1 for Jet Hood, 2 for Matthew Knight. Picking up the RBI in the game was Peyton Calabro. So that is a look at things there. Well, it's time now here in the postgame show to name our South River Community Health Center player of the game, providing primary medical care and behavioral health care for children, teens, and adults. Visit them online at south-river.org. Our player of the game is going to be Garrett Zymet. 5 2/3 innings, goes 4 hits, 1 run. It was earned, 3 walks, and 8 strikeouts. He was a strikeout machine today. Garrett Zymet, your player of the game, the sophomore picking up his 2nd win of the season. That's going to do it for us here, folks, from Grants Pass High School. We're going to go ahead and wrap things up and get back on the road home. A reminder that coming up next, Roseburg will visit South Medford for a doubleheader on Saturday. First game coming up at noon. The second game at 2. We'll have coverage of both games. First game, pregame, will start at 11:45 from South Medford High School. Actually, the games will be played at Harry and David Field, I do believe. So look forward to that. We'll have a pregame at 11:45. Broadcast will be on the radio as well as on the video player there at 541radio.com. So please join us for Roseburg and South Medford coming up on Saturday, weather permitting, of course. Going to wrap it up here. I want to say thanks to Grants Pass High School for hosting us here for today's game. It was a great broadcast and happy to be able to bring that to you. Thanks to Athletic Director Russ Bullen, Head Coach Troy Thompson, and the entire Roseburg baseball program for allowing us to bring you another season of Roseburg baseball here on 1490 The Score. I want to say thanks to Josh Nelson for help with the video production here today on the road. Thanks to Chance Terrell for the radio production back there at home. And as always, a thanks to you, the fan, for tuning in for today's broadcast, because, of course, without you, I'm just a guy sitting here talking to myself. I'm Joey Kieran, folks. We will talk to you guys coming up on Saturday when Roseburg visits South Medford for another conference doubleheader. Big one there as Roseburg looks to go to 5-0 in conference play. We'll have it for you with pregame starting at 11:45 online at 541radio.com and right here on Douglas County's home for sports, CBS Sports Radio, 1490 The Score. All right. Thank you very much, Chance. We will chat with you again here